Heyo everyone, welcome back to another Game Fan stream. It feels like it's been a while since we've done one of these. It's been quite a busy week.
Yeah.
Been working on getting that Reaper preview read ready for people to read a preview with. So that's been nerve-wracking. And as is, I guess, part of the theme, we are playing the first Dark Souls, or well, Dark Souls Remastered, because that's the only version they have on Steam.
Yes.
But yeah, this is exciting. So at this point, I've watched a lot of other people play Dark Souls, but I haven't actually played it myself. And at this point, I've played all the Dark Souls games backwards. Because I started with Dark Souls 3, then Dark Souls 2, and now I'm finally playing Dark Souls.
Dark Souls 3, 2, Elden Ring, 1. D-pad?
Oh, I have to go up. Gotcha. I like to make it as bright as possible. I'll make
Until
it fairly
flame
bright.
is visible and dragon invisible.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
max it out. Okay, you're fucked, because I can't see any dragon.
I can see the dragon. It's just that I always prefer it to be a little bit brighter in my games, so I am
can't.
going to have the brightness up.
There is no dragon.
There's a dragon. It's right
Okay.
there.
Oh, okay. If you... yeah. But, like, all...
Oh, you know what? Because of the brightness from there, it glares it out.
No, it's...
And it makes
it's
it all look black.
It's just if you look at the side, like, if you look at the sides of a monitor, especially above, stuff will get brighter. So because you're not dead on, it's brighter for you than it is for me. For me, the dragon is completely invisible unless I stand up.
Okay. Well, I'll keep it fairly moderate at, like, I don't know, maybe 8. I can always change it, right? I think. Normally in a game, they let you change it. Let's see, is there anything here I really have to change? Oh, is there vibration off? Get that shit out of here.
No fun allowed. No vibration.
Auto lock
How are you going
on?
to be immersed?
I don't know about auto lock on. That kind of makes me weary.
Definitely off.
Yeah.
I think...
Camera auto wall recovery. I don't know what that means.
I think 9 times out of 10, auto wall recovery is fine.
Okay.
That 1 time out of 10, it like, gives you a seizure.
Sure.
Or, like, it just makes you nauseous because the camera, like, jerks around in a weird direction. You don't know where you are. It's, like, very disorienting if you're in a tight corridor. Which is why they thoughtfully made all the corridors very...
I'll just give you all the...
Oh, are you...
Alright.
Are
Now
you,
we're facing the first boss.
Are you
character
online?
creator. No, I'm offline.
Okay.
Yeah. Always offline.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go. Excellent. Go to the mail. Oh man, no type 1,
Yeah,
type A,
no.
type B? No. It's actually
Based?
mail and based? Yeah, right. Yes, we're gonna go night. Man, is everything moving around on the D-pad? I guess
Menus
that's
are,
fine. Yeah.
That's a lot of older games.
Yeah, so let's
So-
see.
If you want the big bunk, which...
I don't.
Right. Then you would want the Black Fire Bone. Otherwise, you want the Master Key.
Always the master key?
Yes, always the Master Key.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
It's too good to not, you know...
Well, what if I waste it?
No, it doesn't run out. You can just open a lot of different doors that are normally locked.
Oh!
It's...
Oh yeah, that is way good.
It's so obviously, like, the only thing you should choose.
Okay.
Very large. Oh no, that's fat.
Very large just looks fat, yeah.
Yeah.
Large upper body. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Top heavy. And this is probably the best, right?
Yeah, because fuck leg day, right?
Yeah. Oh. Ah? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, maybe commoner, I don't know.
Yeah, a store and noble is usually what I go for.
See if we can find something that looks... okay, that's a little bit more neatly. Looking for the night look, right? So... let's say portrait center. Ah, great. Gold? Are you sure that's gold? Looks like a very dark gold to me, but...
Japanese people cannot do blonde hair.
It's so true.
There's like very few games that it's not just a weird yellow. And you know, I was making fun of like ancient Romans for buying hair dye from Germans. But, you know, I wouldn't buy blonde hair dye from Japanese people.
Mm.
Oh, you didn't
I didn't what?
customize the rest?
What else?
You could change his face.
It only gave me the face options.
No, there's like advanced.
Alright. Well, what do I do now?
You just play the game, I guess.
I can't go back.
No, you can start
Yeah.
again. I'm pretty sure there's advanced. Let's assume I'm wrong and that's all there is to it.
Well, that's all I saw. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. What does chat say?
Chat doesn't say anything. To be fair, the first boss is character creator, so.
Yeah, I lost that fight, huh?
It's okay. Well, you could. There's absolutely no problem with just going back to the main menu and hitting new game again. It's not like you lose any progress. Wouldn't be the first area you have to replay.
But then I'd have to go back and change everything again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Classic Trisha. Can't handle backtracking.
It's even worse when it's on stream.
Well, no one's watching.
I wouldn't want to watch somebody backtrack. So
It's okay. Most people like people backtracking.
No.
Didn't you see that study
Shut the fuck up.
from Just Trust Me Studios?
Trust me, bro. Hey, there's me in the future. Yummy.
That's a key.
Yeah, yummy key.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool.
So, do you want to...
A broken sword. Best in the game. Let's go.
Do you want to see if there's more character customization options?
I mean, obviously I can't even see the face right now, but it's probably
For
fine.
most of the game, it's going to be a hideous monster you're going to want to hide under a helmet. So,
It's probably fine.
yeah.
Just so long as other people know that I'm handsome.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Should I write in parentheses, is handsome in the stream title? So everyone will know.
Alright, the tutorial? Yeah, okay. Nothing. Ah, well. I got a really shitty broken sword here. Bam. Oh man, they really ragdoll, huh? Woo! That's fun. Alright. Hello.
So that's
this is like the prison guard?
Yeah, so that's actually
Yeah.
not the one that you fight.
Okay.
So later you come back to this place, and you fall through the floor and then fight that guy. But like, I think they're kind of making you think that's the one that you fight later, like that's the preview of it. But it's actually not, because you go up the stairs and the one that you fight is on the roof, and that one, you fall down to that one later, and it uses fire attacks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So I think is there no bonfire in this room?
Not unless it's hidden.
Okay, so I believe there's nothing that's gonna sneak up on you.
Hey, you can't blame me for being cautious. It's Dark Souls. I like to absorb all the surroundings. Yeah, okay. Where's the bonfire? Sweet.
So you get one try at this first boss, and then you fight him with your class weapon. So instead of a broken sword, you get like an actual roll. Okay, you're fat rolling.
Okay. Let's see what I can do about that. Well, I guess this is all I got, right?
So you can just unequip stuff
Yeah.
and then be gross.
Yeah. Or
It's like
I can be cool.
Okay, yeah, that's also an option. You're gonna not be able to kill the boss fat rolling, I would assume, but
Yeah, I move really slow in this.
yeah. The game speed of the first game is just slower than the
Yeah.
other games.
Yeah, I see that.
The third game, kind of, people were criticizing it for like speed creep. It's hard to go back down on speed.
So
typically.
is this like Dark Souls 2 where every time you die you lose a bit of health?
No.
Okay, so that was just for that game.
Right now, you that's a super cancerous. Right now, you have less health than your normal maximum because you are hollowed. And
Right,
if you
okay.
restore your health. How did this happen?
What happened?
This.
I put it there,
Okay.
I don't know. It was like
This-
wobbling, so I was worried.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious if this was the right white or not. So I was like, I left the right white there.
Got him.
Oh, did you run past him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go back?
You can't go back.
Okay.
You get the one shot, and you were a coward.
Oh, I only got a broken sword.
Okay.
Eh.
It's okay.
What do you get for beating him?
You get his hammer.
No, well,
And
I
if
don't
you don't
want
beat
that
him-
anyway.
Yeah, if you don't beat him the first time, you can never get the hammer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Okay. Or maybe you can get it later. I don't know. I don't think you can.
Oh,
I think
Got
you
an
get it
arrow
like New
shooter.
Game Plus or something when you beat him the first time.
this guy over here thinks he's so funny. Get your shield. Where?
So you have to run forward, and then it's on the left, where the archer is.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
What's in this room?
Other messages, I suppose. Yeah, it's just teaching you how to. Okay. So,
Makes sense.
yeah, makes sense. Put that shield on. Get super fat rolling now. Alright. Run, little bitch. Where you gonna go?
Hey, it's Cash Smash 64.
Hey, I got a better sword. Sweet. I keep on. Sweet. Awesome. Yay. Where you gonna go, bitch? I don't know where he went. I'm too slow. I just wanted to go back and see if any of these other ones were open with stuff.
It looks like you're the
That's what I do.
looks like you're the only one here, Chaos Smash 64. private stream, Zip.
We're the cool kids. That's why we're here. What's this one? Change weapons. Yeah, sure. Suck. Bad. Down. Alright. Bossman? Traverse the white light.
So not the boss yet.
Okay.
So there's that guy, right?
Yeah. He's just chilling.
So
This is where you drop down? Oh, that's the other bonfire.
Can you drop down there?
Backstep. Alright.
So they're teaching you that because there's gonna be a boulder, I believe? Oh no, I think you just... Yeah, you go up those stairs and a boulder rolls down and then you get hit by it. Or theoretically you could dodge it. I don't know if you... I don't know if it's really possible to dodge it the first time because you just don't...
Oh, can't climb up these stairs. Impossible.
Yeah. Literally too stupid to climb up not fully completed
the
stairs.
The jump button was the best idea to this game series.
Yeah.
Honestly. Alright. Guess I'll go get whacked.
Are you considering doing co-op with this game? Probably not.
There it is. Haha!
You got hit by it.
I did?
Look at your health.
That's not
just,
that bad. It didn't animate me getting hit by it, though.
Yeah, it's big, dumb, and gay.
Okay.
You want to say hi to stream, Brian? Toto just drank like a gallon of water over there.
Yeah.
Sure.
It doesn't really make sense why this guy is, like, dead, you know?
Sweet.
Because doesn't everybody respawn? Like, is this guy actually a human?
I don't know. Maybe. Well, he said that he was like losing his sanity or whatever, so maybe that's what he means by dying. Like his consciousness will no longer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do I talk to him again?
Yeah. So like.
Oh, he just gives you Estus Flask and then that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He says like go on and hope and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trisha's sidelined by a rock. Typical woman moment.
What does that mean?
I think it's just like...
Women, am I right?
Yeah. No, I think it's like... It's funny to me just because it's like... I went to a liberal arts school where it was like, no matter what happened, it would be like, yeah, of course, because of men. And like, someone was playing like Saints Row where you can hit people with a giant dildo as like a weapon. And then this girl was like, oh, of course, because patriarchy. And I was like, how do you hit someone with a vagina, dude? Like, what? It's like, would you feel empowered if it was a fleshlight bat? Like, what's going on? A big booty hammer? Yeah, so that's the boss fight.
Okay.
I don't know how you can...
I want to explore.
Yeah. I don't know. Those guys drop the best stuff in the game or something? Yeah, that sword is like the best or something like that. A lot of the stuff they drop is like really good, but it's like very rare drop chances.
Yeah.
So like so it's like one of those things where it's like, ooh, surprising, because like the best thing comes from an enemy in the beginning of the game. Ooh, but they have like 1% drop rates or something. Trisha played Dark Souls 3, and the first 3 knights that she killed dropped the straight sword that people spend like 3 hours grinding for. She got like 3 in a row. And I remember looking up the drop chance, and it was like, it was extremely low, and I don't think there was an update. I think Trisha's just like supernaturally lucky. Hey, it's Never.
I don't know. No.
Did you get your package and stuff? What was it? Your bundles, Kickstarter bundles.
I guess I can't level up until I go to the whatever hub world.
I think so. I think you like learn how to level up from
You
someone.
need like you need your bitch to level up or something. Hey, bud.
Chase Smash 64. Is that how you say that chair? Is it Chase Lounge? No, it's not. It's an E at the end. Just got my ass reamed in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Dimitri Monroe's stream. Who the hell is Dimitri Monroe?
Alright, so what do I just plunge?
Yeah, plunging attack. If you stay there for too long, he comes up and hits you if you think that's like a cool thing. So he clearly doesn't have like a ton of health. It's obviously like slightly harder with a broken sword, but you know, what are you hitting for? 30 or something, and the broken sword is like 12 damage. So it's not like impossible to beat him with the broken sword. I want to heal when you get a chance.
Oh yeah, I forgot I could heal.
Worth it. You mistakenly butchered my name with extreme prejudice. Would he call you Chow Smash? 46. Yes, I did just need to get some time to read it.
Yeah, pretty easy first boss.
Well, I hope you like it. I hope you like both of it. Worked hard on both.
Oh, I got humanity. Cool.
I think you're a human now. Oh no, that's not true. I thought.
I gotta like eat it or something.
I guess it's the third game when you like kill a boss and you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true for the second game too, isn't it? I don't know. Pots.
So the number in the top left is your soft humanity. You drop that with your souls. It increases your damage reduction. I used to spend a lot of time helping with Ornstein and Smo, and so I have 99 soft humanity all the time. And so it carries through when you're invading, and you don't really have a risk of losing it when you're invading. You can just go pick it up in your own world without any real danger. So you could clear the area in your own world and then invade, and then if you die invading, you can just go pick it up. So invaders in this game will also have this like very stacked advantage if they're really into invading and they don't play in their own world where they can die and drop their humanity in like a dangerous spot. Then you have like a ton of advantage. Same thing, I was helping people as a phantom and my damage reduction was like crazy high because I had 99 soft humanity all the time. hard humanity is what people call the thing you picked up, where you crack it and it adds a soft humanity, and then you go to a bonfire, and then you use the humanity to become human and have a higher maximum health.
Oh, bird, pick me up.
You notice the tiny nest. Yeah, that's a secret. Go over to it and it'll talk to you. You can trade items to it. I don't know what
Oh,
you
it's
trade,
the same thing in Dark Souls 2.
Yes.
Okay. It seems a little bit,
It's like more hidden in this game, but you found it on your own.
I don't think I can trade anything, though.
Well, who knows? Let's see.
There's no prompt that comes up. I'm pretty close by.
I think you have to be in the nest. Are you a chicken?
Yes, I am.
No, but you can stand in the nest and then drop stuff.
I don't really have anything though, so
How do you know?
it makes sense to go back later.
How do you know?
I don't have anything.
Let me see. Snuggly. What do you got?
Oh, is this one of those ledge drop things like?
Do you have any rubbish?
Pretty sure I don't.
Do you have any?
Browse items.
If you trade a humanity, you get a ring of sacrifice, but ring of sacrifices get used up in this game when you use them once. Prism stones, Dannphan.
I ain't got nothing.
I mean, you can trade the, yeah. Oh, you can get a ring of favor and protection? Is that true? Huh.
I'm learning new things, huh?
Oh, you can get a sack and then trade that for the Demon's Great Hammer. Very cool. Mostly, I think, rubbish for... Can you just trade once with these things? One item is... Can I trade the same item? Yep. Okay. So at some point, rubbish is going to be really good to trade them, because that gives you a Titanite chunk. Red eye orb, useful too. I wonder if souvenir of reprisal is probably something useless, right? That's some kind of, yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just progress.
Yes. Good plan.
In the ancient legends, it is stated that one day an undead shall
Okay.
be chosen.
Whee! It's my bird friend.
So, killing the law track.
Leave the undead aside.
So there's a ring that increased your stamina, health, and equip load by 20%,
Land of the
which
ancient
is like the best ring in the game. But if you take it off, even by accident, it disappears from your inventory.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Fortunately, you have a boyfriend who knows about cheat engine, so I could just spawn in however many you want.
Yeah,
and
right.
Trade them, swap them in and off, or whatever.
A whole new world. Are you learning funny things?
Never's like tea chai smash. Are you saying I'm a hot beverage? Chai smash. I was thinking chaise
So
like
now I can level up. Cool.
the type of chair. This is the remastered version, I think. Yeah, this is like the newer version.
Alright. So what helps me carry stuff?
Dude,
Is that
dude.
strength?
Disney's gotta die. They're trying to ruin gargoyles of all the obscure properties. Get the fuck away from gargoyles. What are they gonna make the gargoyles like black? They're gonna make them into like offensive African caricatures instead of gargoyles.
Okay, so endurance is equip load.
Yeah. Wait, is endurance? Okay, so endurance is like the master stat. It's equip load and stamina, so it's just the best
it's just
thing.
very good.
Yeah, it's just the best thing you could level up. So more swings, more armor. Hey, or a honeydew. What's going on?
Reverse hollowing. I suppose I want to do that? Or no.
I think Chaos Smash
buddy.
60.
Hey, what's
Oh,
up,
he's
dude?
a doomer. over there.
He's the depressed knight that's in every game.
Hi, buddy. You wanna smash your head into the laptop? Yeah. I think Chaos Master 64 could be like Sora in Kingdom Hearts, where he like changes depending on the world. Like if he's playing Sonic, he could be Chow Smash.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he's in like Mulan's world, he could be Chai Smash. Chai Tea Smash.
Yeah, sure.
And then if he's like in Rome or something, then he'd be oh no, if he was in like Hercules' world, right? It'd be like Chaise Smash, because they have those chairs and stuff. Like that's what like the Emperor like lounges on. I'm kind of out of scenarios, really. I mean, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's all you got.
I guess if he's in a retro game store, he's just Smash 64. You're gonna have a hard time cheating in this game. You'll get banned, I think. Happened to a friend of mine in 3. You can't get banned for using cheat engine, basically, unless you do something very strange, like something that, like, obviously the game is not meant to be reading as data. If you just drop items that you could otherwise pick up, the game
There's so
doesn't
many
do
people
anything.
cheating in multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been banned by someone who didn't seem like they were cheating. Like, even just getting banned by people who are no-clipping around and then stay still for a while to turn off their cheats so they can duel you with honor, it's like, even those people, it's like, come on, dude. Like, what, am I supposed to trust you now?
Man, I gotta get a faster roll. The most reliable move in the game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I stop petting you? And you don't like it? Oh, fuck you. I'm sorry. Do you need scratches on your face? So this is Trisha's first playthrough of Dark Souls 1.
Yes.
So where you
Played
are
all the
now,
Dark Souls games backwards.
you don't care if I like spoil lore for you or whatever, right?
I'll forget it.
Yeah. Because like, oh yeah, you can open that because you have the master key. Now this is a huge shortcut to go some crazy. This is like an extremely high level area you're not supposed to know how to get to, but you're here now. And there's cool stuff here, and I don't remember what's here because I like never go in this area. No, go, do it.
I haven't. I'm
Don't
not that
be
high of a
pussy.
level.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Don't metagame. Okay, I told you a thing, and now you're like, oh, I don't know.
Well, then why did you tell me? Huh?
Because I thought you'd be like, oh, sweet, I can be cooler than everyone else playing this game because I can play the hard. Listen, it's a valley of drakes. Right now, it's just a valley. If you see a drake, you'll know that you shouldn't fight. Oh, is that? Are you? Wow. Okay, so this is the most cancerous area everyone complains about. It's called Blight Town. I'm sure you've heard people complain about it. Well, no. It was cancerous because on the original... No, you can go. I wouldn't recommend going there because it's like all poop themed. But it's just not a cool area to go to. But the reason people didn't like it is because it was very laggy on the original system. Because just lots of stuff moving, lots of
Well, I'm
poop.
so slow, it looks like I'm lagging.
Yeah. Adam, just out of curiosity, I gifted you a game on Steam. Would that be unprofessional? I guess no. You can. People gift Trisha games. Oh, look at that! It's a friend.
My friend, I love you.
Hey, free items next to a dead dragon. He's definitely dead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can pick all those items up and nothing bad will happen.
Yes, sirree.
One of the items is a good item. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
The other items are useless, and he will attack you.
Alright, which one, guys?
You have time to pick up all three if you're really
I'm
good.
feeling it for the hand, but
I'm curious what's by the hand, because I didn't remember there was something by the hand. I think it's one of the things by the mouth that people always pick up on speedruns, because it's some good weapon or something. I don't know what's there.
alright. Ready, guys? Let's see. With my super slow speed.
Oh man, you fucked up. Oh, he didn't wake up. Get the other stuff. Oh, a sunlight sword. Alright, get out of there. Worth it. 100% worth it.
I did get them all. Alright, I'm gonna take a break, go to the bathroom, and come back. You keep the stream happy, okay, Gurky?
Welcome to Blaytown, yeah. But you don't have to worry about gifting me your... Sorry, talking to you, not my dog. You don't have to worry about gifting me games, but if it's like something you really want us to play, then yeah, sure. Oh no. Did the writer strike end? They should keep striking. My god. Hollywood writers are such garbage. I don't like people's like attitude with like they should be replaced by AI, but like god, I hate Hollywood writers. I mean, to some extent they're being forced to write stuff that's like cucky and woke. And like I don't know. There's also like a lot of people who are like, oh, imagine if it was the other way around. It's like, forget about imagining. 100% it's going to be the other way around, and then it's going to be like we're gonna have 300, but with Crusaders. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be very cool. No, you're such a puppy. Oh. It's okay, Greg. I got it. I got it under control. I say burn most raiders and hang them on barbed wire. You're supposed to say in Minecraft afterwards. In Roblox, I advise committing acts of violence. Also, I've gone to a college and gotten a writing degree, and I can tell you, most of the people, I would say 100% of the people who got a degree alongside me were useless and terrible writers, completely obsessed with politics. I would say everyone who graduated from that school, well, not everyone, but like the vast majority of people were intensely obsessed with politics with zero actual knowledge. Like I graduated alongside someone getting an environmental science degree, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, I was interested in like environmental ways of getting power and stuff, and I was like talking about solar panels and all the problems that solar panels have, and she was like, why don't you like let like she was like pat like why don't you leave the science stuff up to the science majors? And I was like. It's like I dropped all pretense of being polite.
Why don't you stop thinking?
I dropped all pretense of being polite. I was like, how about this? You're an idiot. I didn't say that, but I was like, you are this is alarming that you're graduating and you have zero knowledge of your area of study. And it was just like, she didn't understand anything about like any of the terminology. I was like, what about the efficiency of solar panels and like their growth? Like, she was like, they're the most efficient form of power. And it's like, that's not true. Because if they were the most efficient form of power, we would have solved all of our energy needs because the sun produces an insane amount of power. They are by definition not efficient because they don't they just don't. They can at most absorb, in theory, like a lot of the power that touches the solar panel, but that's not. But they, you know, they also drop in efficiency after a couple. Anyway, she just had no idea any of the information around power generation or energy production or the environment. She didn't understand how recycling worked. She didn't understand. The problems with solar energy. She didn't understand anything about how nuclear energy is produced. She didn't understand anything. She was like, "There's so much nuclear waste, we won't have any place to put it." It's like, that's not true. She didn't understand anything besides oil, fossil fuels in general, bad. Fracking bad, solar good,
Everything
wind
bad.
good, nuclear bad. She had learned nothing like factual, just like pure, whatever. And it's very much the same as far as writing. People in general in those like workshops are pretty useless without a good teacher to lead them. Like people will, I had one good teacher, and granted he was a big fanboy of the Taliban, so it's not like, not great, but he was a decent writer. He was a fanboy of the Taliban, and he did have us read a book which tried to sympathize with refugees sexually assaulting women, underage like children. So he wasn't like the best moral character, but he was at least skilled at writing, and he pushed people to a high standard. But so he, when a kid came to class, was like, "Oh, I just wrote it the night before, haha," in front of the teacher, like to some other student. He was like, "Oh, really? So you intend on wasting everyone's time? So why don't I just give you a D on your assignment and we skip it today, so we don't waste time from the people who actually care about this class?" Like he was like very serious about writing, and he was actually like a skilled writer. Obviously, like to take like. The fact that he was a breath of fresh air compared to the other teachers I had kind of says a lot about the school. But so you're never really, I don't know. You even in the case of like a decent teacher, I had another teacher that taught me one thing, which was highlighting he taught like some method of highlighting within editing speeds up your editing because it takes some of the weight off of you that moment. Because if you highlight the thing you're going to change, and then you save a new version and change it, you can always go back. So you have this sort of frame of reference for what you're changing rather than just changing everything on the page. I've kind of gone back from using that technique, to be honest.
Got no stab with this sword, it's just all swings.
Sort of in the early... is it power attack stab?
The power attack is another swing.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
weird. Maybe two-hand?
Maybe.
You're also poisoned, so I think you're
What do I
dead.
do?
You can just heal to try to out-heal it, or you can go back and rest.
I guess. That
And
stinks.
then the teacher who taught about editing.
Man, this rat really likes me.
Yeah, the teacher who taught about editing also was like. He was just like a big soy boy. It wasn't anything like super egregious. He was just on the verge of tears after Trump got elected, and he wanted everyone to have a place to talk about their feelings, and I was like, no, we have to talk about our stories today. And he was like, oh yeah, sure, like whatever. I was like, we are going to have time. But yeah, so my point is like, without a teacher to lead those discussions, most workshops in general are going to be useless. And so you really need good teachers, and there are very few at these schools. And the goal is never to actually educate people. I took so many English classes, 100% of them had some kind of intersectionality attached to it, rather than any kind of education. You learn the most in 101 classes, and then beyond that, it doesn't really matter. So typically, you're going to learn more self-teaching than you are going to university for writing, at least. So all these writers with degrees striking in Hollywood, I can, without exception, say none of them deserve any more money. Because most of them are completely talentless. The amount of years they've had experience writing is going to indicate better whether or not they should be getting paid anything at all, but nobody's really produced anything super good, so... Not recently, so to strike now is, like, goofy.
Yeah.
Closest thing I ever came to being political was enjoying the humor of The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and The Colbert Report. Yeah. Yeah, I liked both shows. And then eventually I started to realize they were, like, not very balanced, you know? Like, they just started getting more and more kind of wild. Like, it stopped being making fun of everyone, and then I realized they were just making fun of Republicans. And for a time I was like, oh, it's just because Republicans are easy to make fun of. And then at some point I realized, no, they just don't like Republicans.
They just don't like that side of the aisle, yeah.
And then it was like, you know, it just like, with the politics it shifted more and more. It was like just more and more about old white people. And I was thinking like, oh, they're just making fun of old people. And I was like, no, it's white people. It's just broadly.
Is that the thing? Yeah.
But yeah, I used to like The Daily Show and Colbert Report and stuff. And I used to think that it was like progress and stuff. And I was not correct.
Yeah. We were conned, man.
So, ripperonis, but, you know, whatevers. Hey, it's Pyros here. What's going on?
Hey, what up? What up? And some Dark Souls Remastered, baby.
Oh, look at you. So smart. Finding the secrets.
That's what I do.
Is that where the shopkeeper is? Yeah.
I see a
There's like a
shopkeeper.
secret merchant in this area. I think you found his thing. Maybe? These exploding barrels, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I stop petting and you don't like it? Or you want me to keep on petting? Okay. Okay, buddy. Oh.
Alright.
Should I watch it Evangelion? Because I haven't seen it. I think I watched like one episode and then wasn't super gripped at some point.
Yeah, I've heard a couple people say that. It might just be one of those slow burn type things. Where like as a whole it's
Yeah.
really great, but you have to really commit to it.
I think it's right out there. I think out that door. Yeah, to the left? No.
To
Yeah.
the left of that door, yeah, okay.
I think he's right out there. No? Oh, I guess not. I don't know. There's a merchant somewhere around here who, if you murder him, he'll give you the katana, and he sells like arrows or something. I don't know. Most people who are doing like some kind of speed run will murder him for his katana, for his uchi katana. I can't remember the difference between a katana and a katana, the G or a K. I think it's a plural
Hey, I
thing.
got some rubbish. Cool.
Nice. You can get a titanite chunk from the bird now.
Sweet.
Is she gonna go back and grab her souls that she dropped near the dead dragon? Probably not. I am.
I mean, there's only 200.
I would be
It's,
so
like,
much more
not that
excited
much.
to see you go up by the dead dragon route. Actually, wait a second. Can you wield the sword?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, you picked up like a super rare sword,
That's
dude.
right. You're right. You're right. I've been playing fair. It's so stupid.
It's the. Is it the samurai sword? Ooh.
It's done. And it looks quite
A
jaggy.
Stora straight sword, and I got a Dragon Crest shield. That's way better. Yes.
Dragon Crest shield, does that like block fire?
I don't know.
Press Y.
To the sword or to the shield?
Just press Y on the menu.
Oh,
okay, so
okay.
that does more damage. So I guess that means you can wield it. but it does more damage despite you not being able to wield it. That's a very strong sword.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then, oh, it's still your right hand that you're managing. So,
Right.
yeah. So it will hit for less damage, but will it block 100% of damage? Press Y to like see the different things. Y again, maybe. Is it X? Does X do something important?
X.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's 100% physical reduction and 85% of fire, and less stability and less. So it takes more stamina to block physical attacks with it, but it blocks most of fire.
Yeah.
Wait, is that true? Hold on. Check that sword.
Yeah, it said the same thing.
Oh, it's 58 stability. Got it. Okay.
Ah.
So it's like slightly worse for like not fire, and it's okay. So actually, the shield you start with is pretty good.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Oh, Bergie.
Um,
Who's your puppy? What a puppy? Is it you? The puppy?
what did I need to wield this?
Oh, I like the screen.
Oh.
Trisha is now straighter than ever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Stumble across the original series.
Alright, that's where I came from. Oh, God, it's hot.
To make matters worse, John Oliver got last week night, which was super woke and unfunny because his joke structure was explain slash set up the punchline, yell punchline again. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ooh, Misty. Traverse the white line.
What stats are you missing for the straight sword?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. It's whatever the fucking star symbol is.
Probably faith. Yeah, that's faith.
Yeah.
But it's more physical.
Is it?
8 more, but it's red, so it confuses me. What's the sword you're holding?
This is more physical, right?
Oh, that does slightly more damage, but overall, the other sword would do more damage even though you can't wield it. Because that's 82 plus 7, so it's 89 damage, and then check the Astora straight sword. That's...
86.
It's 80 minus 64, so that's... was it 16? Plus 86, so... 92, 102, and yeah, so that does more damage even though you can't wield it properly.
That is quite silly.
Well, you're like Taryn in the Black Cauldron. You've got like a magic sword.
Sure.
Do you now swing the sword? Do you like swing it like a dumb? Okay. Is that like slow or something? Like is that like a
Fast.
goofy I'm a dum dum animation? Oh, that's what's happening. You're recoiling off of them because you can't wield it. Okay. So it does more damage, but you have that awful animation.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Okay, so yeah, I guess use the sword you actually know how to use.
Right after I break all of this. Die. You should know better than create boxes and barrels. Alright. Yeah.
The only things I know about Evangelion are get in fucking robot meme, jacking off to sleeping person, and orange soda.
Okay.
Sounds like a solid anime.
Yeah. I'm in. Yoink.
Now apparently Evangelion is censored on streaming services. I was gonna watch it illegally anyway. Typically that's the best way to watch a thing.
What would be censored? Just the gore, or?
There's a shit ton of religious imagery in Evangelion, so I
Sure.
imagine that could be censored.
Goodbye.
That's a really shitty dragon. He had to land because he couldn't fly that well. Not looking good for him.
It would make a little bit more sense if, like, I guess his wings were torn up.
Because he does just sit there later. Or maybe he's an obese dragon.
Had a little bit too much to eat. Ugh.
There was a really cool boss in like some Dungeons and Dragons module. It was a T-Rex that had zombies like crawling out of its mouth because it had eaten so many zombies that it was infected and was like undead, and the zombies were so full in its like stomach they were spilling out of its mouth. So like when it bit you, there was a chance that a zombie arm would grab you, and when you did a certain amount of damage, it would like vomit out zombies.
That's very cool.
Actually, that's not true. I think I added in that effect. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I just made up effects that seemed logical to be cooler.
Oh, Gertie, you're so regal. Did you hear a fart and thought it was very important? So regal. The most regal fart listener. Yes, you hear them. And you think, oh, what is going on? Yeah.
I wonder why it would be censored with what I just said. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess true. Hey, Joseph Choi, is that are you just saying Dark Souls? Yeah, or are you doing the Miami, CSI Miami with the sunglasses? Did you?
We won't get fooled again.
Did you light the bonfire?
Yeah. I rested at it.
Just chorkin'.
Okay.
Oh, so in this game, resting at bonfire is a little bit hazardous because if you rest at it, you respawn at it. So there are people who stopped playing this game because they got stuck someplace and couldn't get to the next bonfire to get away from it. And there's no way to bonfire map travel until much later in the game.
Okay.
And only certain bonfires can travel. So it's possible to get trapped places and lost and unable to get out. A lot of people do that with the Tomb of the Giants, where it's very difficult to see. So they end up wandering around, find a random bonfire, and then they don't have the lantern item that's supposed to keep you from going into the catacombs, and so they just get stuck. Fortunately, I can cheat, so I could help you out of those kind of situations.
Right.
But,
That's why I keep you around.
yeah. Brains of this operation.
Yeah.
Definitely the CSI Miami. Yeah! And he gave a sunglasses emoji. Yeah.
Yeah. I've wanted to stream this for a while, but I figured now would be an even better time since they announced the Netflix produced Dark Souls anime upcoming.
Oh god.
Well, they're saying that it's anime. I don't know if it's actually coming from Japan and just being funded by Netflix.
It's gonna be like he's gonna talk to the knight in the beginning, and he's gonna like,
Are you a type A or type B?
You should talk to the guy in the beginning. He's like,
I break the door. Oh no.
I'm losing my sanity. I'm a woman, also the patriarchy.
Also the patriarchy.
Takes
yes.
off helmet. I'm also black. So are you. You don't have a gender. And take the Estus flask.
Oh jeez. So are you. It's like you just realized, oh,
He's gonna get to Gwyn.
I thought
like,
I was hollow, but it turns out I'm just African.
He's gonna get to Gwyn, and Gwyn is gonna be like a dyke, like a brown. They're gonna have turn Gwyn into like a was it Lois Lane?
So yeah,
Just
the
that
short
same
hair.
character design with big gauge earrings. And she's gonna like every boss fight is they're gonna announce their pronouns and be like, it's ma.
That's the finisher.
Asylum demon slams down. It's ma'am. And
Now that's a good anime
he's
right
gonna
there.
he's gonna have a lolly follower.
Aww.
Him's gonna have a lolly follower, and the lolly is gonna be like, oh, this demon was created because of body negativity. It can only be defeated with body positivity. Quick, cast a TikTok fat bitch spell.
God.
Dancing chubsters is the only way to repel this demon of
Also, I'm non-binary.
Also, I'm non-binary.
Oh.
And if you're non-binary, you can groom me.
Whoa.
Only on
Truly,
Netflix.
truly a very dark Souls.
The darkest fantasy.
Oh man. Ah, I use the master key, yes.
Long ago, Gwyn, a powerful black woman, a powerful independent black woman, without ever having sex with a man, produced many offspring with themselves. And because of the patriarchy, white supremacy and the patriarchy, now it's fallen into disarray. You have to stop the dragon of Seath is white. It's a white dragon, so
Oh yeah. Clearly a symbol.
Seath is gonna be. I'm the best dragon because I'm white.
Oh yeah.
See, the whole time.
They knew the whole time exactly what they were saying. But we're gonna explain it to you.
Andre the blacksmith is gonna he's gonna be in a wheelchair and have Down syndrome and be a midget.
Yes.
And he's gonna be like, "Hi there, I'm a magical creature. Also, my pronouns are Fey self."
Oh god. Just keeps getting better. Man, I can't wait for this anime to come out.
Gwendolyn will be flat-chested. Truly the darkest fantasy. Oh, God, it's hot.
I know, it's so hot. Come on. Do it! Whew. Ooh, tower. What? Gotta check over here first. Man, they really do never drop anything, do they? Ah, ASMR time, huh?
Oh, is this a slushy? Hell yeah. Do you want some ice cold can?
No.
I can put it on the back of your neck if you like.
No, it's okay.
It'll cool you off.
Just it being near me is already cooling me off. That's how cold it is.
Okay. The top.
Ah! I never saw it coming.
Yeah. So one time this guy said that you should see that coming if you're a good player. So I guess you're bad.
Well,
'Cause
to be
there's-
fair, I'm playing slow mode. Oh my god, he dropped something. Nice.
He also claimed that you should have been able to see it because you should have climbed a ladder and then see the guy waiting with the barrel and then remember and then you would know, and that's what he did the first time he played. That kid also is like, you know, a big gay retard.
I
yeah.
thought you were gonna say autistic.
Okay, so here is an interesting scenario.
Okay.
That guy absolutely fucks, but if you beat him, you get a really good ring.
Oh.
So down the stairs, there's a problematic gentleman. You see his armor's white. Uh-oh. You know what that means.
White supremacy, I see.
And he's got a big bonk.
But can I beat him as this? I don't think so.
I'm gonna say no.
I do have a shield.
Take your top off, and you got him.
Really?
Well, if you can roll, you're gonna need to fucking roll that bitch.
You think I can beat him though?
I suspect he would.
Because I got a lot of souls.
I suspect he would one-shot you no matter what your armor was. You're also holding one soft humanity, so that's like another thing that like you might not want to lose, but whatever. It's not as though I couldn't just. Oh, by the way, guys, I am working on these things. Making. I don't like how this looks. I don't know why.
Let me see.
It looks like maybe I made it too deep.
Oh yeah, maybe. It looks like one of its eyes came off.
It didn't.
That's what it looks like. See?
Let me see.
The left one.
Oh, there's a little nub that would have been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
yeah,
it's just
I do
too
think
tall.
it's a little
Yeah,
too deep
it's
in
too
there.
deep,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the issue.
So this is like
But other than that, let me see the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works.
One of the spikes is a little jaggy, but
It's a little,
I
but
think
I
it's
feel
fine.
like I feel
Oh,
like
no,
that's
this-
acceptable.
This one on the side is a little fucky wucky.
Oh yeah, I see.
Maybe like lessening the spikes more.
Take another spike out, or take that end. Spike
These
out.
two spikes on the side are too close together. Is the problem.
Okay, so take the last spike off of the. Yeah, I can do
On the
that.
sides, yeah. So Trisha's idea was to make. Well, I don't know. Someone's idea was to make. Maybe it's actually mine. To make Burning Star fidget cubes and then sell them on her Burning Star website. We have a couple designs of stuff. I did a mock-up of a bookmark too, but you don't really use bookmarks in comic books. You just kind of read them in one sitting, right?
It depends.
It's very stiff when it first comes out, but there's also two versions of this. This one's like a little hollow, so it's a little more clacky, and you like. Oh, speaking of doing risky things, huh?
It's one of these, huh? I wish you had warned me.
So, okay, do you want to know the trick with this fight, or do you want to try and die 1,000 times and discover it?
What's the trick? Go up the ladder?
Yeah, there's a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a guy with a crossbow there. So you want to go up there and kill that guy before the boss spawns, because otherwise he'll shoot you during the fight, which is turbo annoying. And I think the arrows phase through the boss.
There's two of them.
Yeah. So this one is like a little hollow, so it's a little clacky and light, and it feels better to me to be able to have a thicker, like a solid piece. But at the same time, the thicker solid piece is heavier, and the joints are always solid, so there's no like increased density in the joints. So when you drop it and it's heavier, it breaks. It just always breaks. This is light enough that if you drop it, it typically survives. So there's like some debate there. Let me go shoot that. Back to my lovely chat. Oh. Just.
Man, keeps on pushing me back so far. I'm worried that I'm just gonna fall off the ledge that way.
I hate the West's war on sexy. War of sexy? War on sexy. Hey, Raziel Soul Blaze. My sensibilities lean Mexican/Japanese love. Exciting part styled all the way up. I really like the sort of Japanese romance thing, but I feel like most Japanese romances are terrified to conclude, and I find that to be an incredible weakness. When I was writing Treading Water, a big thing that I was looking at was Japanese romance stuff. Because I feel like they get it right. Oh, you have no standing.
Yeah. That's
Oh. His hitboxes are trash.
okay. That's.
I think you can break the sides too. Okay, like ring out here.
Oh.
But with yeah, like that kind of move would kill you theoretically if you broke the side. You make this look easy.
It is easy.
I know. But you also make it look easy.
Yay.
I first tried this guy too.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, once you kind of understand how to get around the body, it's just like a matter of knocking down the health bit by bit.
Yeah.
Always. Always. Can't help it. Always.
It's not topless Dannphan, it's topless Sir Husbando. Get your mind out of that gutter and into another one. A yaoi gutter.
Uh-huh. Tis locked. What a nice lookout we got here.
Oh, there's a gentleman down there.
Oh. Oh, it's my best friend.
Yes, it is.
I love you. Give me your helm.
So
I need it to be
this-
Sir Husbando.
Drink is not actual bang. That's why I can like gulp it down. This is Vooze by the Bang Company.
For
I thought-
hydration.
Yeah, it's just like a Gatorade thing. I thought it was hydrating. I thought it was like caffeinated, but it was like there was some deal where it's like buy one get one free or whatever, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Because I don't whatever this new thing you're doing with hydration and caffeine, but it is not hydration and caffeine. It's just hydration. The reason I drink energy drinks is because I have ADD, and it's you can treat it with like amphetamines or caffeine, and amphetamines are a little fucking bonkers, so I go for caffeine.
I will kill for you, Solaire.
I thought you were gonna say kill me fight with amphetamines.
No, it's okay.
You know, interestingly, I've never really read any kind of Mexican love anything. I've seen Japanese, but I would have no idea. Like, oh, maybe you're thinking like telenovelas or something. I could kind of get that. I've seen clips for memes, but what is the Simpsons joke that cracks you up every time? Chad and Dannphan? I saw one episode and I hated that show because he was like this impotent idiot man, and the family like didn't like each other, and I just despised it immediately.
It's a nice song.
I hated whatever the one with the fat guy Peter Griffin is, and then I liked American Dad a little bit.
Yeah. Probably because they're Republican.
Well, because he's like a strong father character.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah, that's
he
it's all
actually-
connected.
He actually has like a he's good at his job. Like it's funny that he's good at his job because his job is like killing people with guns and stuff, and so they turn into humor. But he's
Right.
actually like a character that's competent. I hate incompetent characters.
I like it sometimes when you have like a character who's kind of incompetent, but like he has that one special skill.
Yeah, that's why I liked Archer.
Yeah.
I liked Archer a lot because he was like, the later writing started getting really bad, But early on, it was like he's an asshole, but he's good at shooting people or like doing the spy stuff. Like he actually has a purpose in life. And then like I think later they probably trashed writers and got shitty ones, but you know, for a decent stretch there, it was like he was good at his job, but just like kind of a terrible person, and that was like kind of the humor.
Right.
But
yeah, it's part of the reason why I like Michael Scott, because he's like literally just a man-child, but he's a good salesman, and they can't fire him because he's like so good.
Later on, I think when they go off the script of like the regular show, the writing really just like takes a big shit. But
yeah.
Like watching
as soon as Michael Scott leaves, the show goes downhill really fast.
I think that's the original season finale.
Maybe.
Although I think it ended earlier than that. I think they extended.
Do you remember
it further.
they did like the most fucked up thing to like Angela in that show? I don't know when it happened, but like when she gets married and has a kid with a guy, and then it turns out he's gay, and he like leaves her publicly. He had like an affair with her friend Oscar, who's also in The Office.
Oh yeah,
That was horrifying.
Yeah.
There was so many things wrong with that.
Because he was gay, it was supposed to be funny or something. It was like,
yeah, it's brutal. She like tries to order a hit on him, and I'm like, yeah,
kill him.
yeah, just pretends to be your friend and then sleeps with your husband. Fuck that guy. Whatever.
I also loved Venture Bros because, you're supposed to know that this is going to happen too.
Oh yeah.
If you were observant, you would know. Yeah, no, this game is retarded. That's why that's there. So get away, run away.
Oh, he doesn't like me?
No, he'll keep on doing it until you die. You're too slow to get across the bridge. There's no chance you'll live.
Sure.
You have to be like light rolling to get across. What you're gonna do is run across and then get to the right side, but it's too late. You're not gonna get across. You should spend these souls.
Okay.
And it's very inconsistent. Sometimes he doesn't even breathe fire. Like it's very iffy. But really, what you're gonna have to do is to panic roll through the fire, and then you can get to the stairs. Sometimes you can get to the stairs before any fire comes, but definitely not with like heavy load. You should level up your endurance and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Venture Bros was cool. Because
we haven't seen the later seasons.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last two seasons, but it's also because it's like being made now. I kind of expect it to be bad.
Aww.
So I'm a little trepidatious because it's like it's never really worth it to me, you know, because it's like, well, I enjoy the show, right? So if I watch the new episodes and it's garbage, then it's gonna ruin my day. It's gonna ruin my week, you know, because I like the show a lot.
I can always screen it for you.
Yeah.
See if it's bad.
Because I've already seen the old episodes. So it's like if I feel like watching the Venture Bros, I could watch an old episode or I could watch a new episode. If I watch a new episode, it has a potential to ruin my day, whereas the old episodes won't do that.
Right, that's fair.
So it never seems like a good idea. It's like the same thing with like, and there's so often people make bad stuff and then they're like, you're a bigot if you don't like it. Like
that's their shield, yeah.
It's like the funniest rhetorical position to adopt is like, this is good, and if you say no, you're a racist. Like, there's some new Star Trek show, and they announced that they were gonna have some black guy playing some role, and then like someone tweeted that and was like, and if it's bad, they'll call us all racists. It's like, yeah.
Can I roll?
I remember being in like some class, and the teacher was like, "Oh, let's have a discussion," and then someone was like, "I think that the guy who like kneels during football games is not doing anything wrong, and if you think there's something wrong with it, you're a racist." And
good discussion.
And then she was like, "Okay, good," and then like I was like, "What?" And I was like, "There's nothing." I was like, "There's nothing." Someone who could easily disagree with that just because they want to watch football and don't care about these stupid politics And then I was like, and then I went to the next person. I was like, oh yeah, and if you disagree with me, you're
Yeah,
racist. The room got so tense. Like,
Oh, didn't even see this guy.
so stupid.
Alrighty. I keep on doing the wrong one.
Really enjoying Wheel of Time. By the way, I know apparently there's some adaptation that's like god awful. But I just started the Wheel of Time series, and I really like the guy's writing. It's nothing like crazy and like hard to understand like on a technical level like Robert E. Howard or something. Like it's nothing like super weird exactly, but I like it, and he writes kind of similar to how I write, and it's interesting because I think someone could read some of my stuff and then think like, oh, you were obviously inspired by this guy, and it's like,
Just found out him today. Yeah.
I definitely didn't read him before I wrote Slayer in the White Valley. So, but this guy does write similarly to me. So I think there's some stuff.
Yeah, and people really like his stuff, so that's
a good sign. Yeah.
Compliment.
So I think there's a lot I could probably learn from this guy, which is something I'm looking forward to doing. He did a couple things like he made a section really boring on purpose, and I was like, reading through it, and then something crazy happens, and when the crazy thing happened, I took in all the detail like a sponge. And
that's not what I meant to do.
However he did that is it's a page I'm gonna go back to and kind of look at and see like if I can kind of see how and maybe potentially learn from it. So just like a fact about the gameplay, you see how many Estus flasks you have?
Uh-huh.
You have 5 and you drank 1, but before you had 10, right?
Sure.
So the bonfire you rest at determines their Estus flasks.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so the Firelink Shrine bonfire starts 1 level higher than every other bonfire. And so that one you can get 10 from, and you can upgrade bonfires. So you could upgrade Firelink Shrine's bonfire to be like 25 flasks or something like that, or 20 flasks, something very high. Or maybe it's just 15. I don't know. I can't remember. But you spend humanity to power up bonfires. So right now, and you can only power up bonfires while you are human. So what you could do, if you wanted to make this area easier, you could spend this 1 humanity you have to become human, then crack another one and power up the bonfire. And you get humanity, I think, from the soft humanity from killing certain enemies. Pretty sure it's just rats in the first game, but in later games it would be other humans as well. But I'm not quite sure how it is in this game. Oh, you want to fight Hopple now that you only have 2 flasks?
I mean, I'm still like.
You know what? I bet you could do it.
1,800 souls.
Sure.
All right. It's the worst. Excuse my unsightly appearance.
They brought back Futurama, and I saw a headline where they said there's going to be a Fortnite-themed episode. It ended good twice. That's enough.
Yeah, like I said, like they already had like multiple stopping points. Because it kept getting cancelled.
Miyazaki loves dragons and bridges. That's his fetish.
Can't blame him.
I don't know anything about regular show.
Oh my god.
He's a big bad white supremacist.
Why didn't you warn me?
I said he has a big bonk and he's wearing white armor.
No, but like I can't do any damage to this guy.
Yeah, I saw you hit him for 6 damage. Huh.
Eh.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
The first time I saw him, I killed him. I don't know.
Not trusting you.
I said he's big and strong, and he's very tough.
But you also said you thought I could take him.
I did.
Yeah, I guess you were wrong.
I wonder if he has some kind of immunity to, like, slashing damage. Like, it's like, blunt damage that hurts him.
I don't know.
Because there is a difference in
It
Dark
wouldn't
Souls.
make that much sense if he's carrying a blunt weapon and he's also...
Well, what if he has to commit seppuku by bashing himself in the head until he's dead?
Yeah, good point.
What if he has to have an honorable end and he just beats himself to death in the face? There was this story of a, like, French maitre d' who the prince showed up to his lord's, like, place.
Oh, come on.
Disgusting. Yeah, dog just walks in,
All over.
just splatters water everywhere that smells awful, and then just walks out. Doesn't even
That's
stay.
all he wants to do.
Doesn't even stay to look cute on camera. He's just a bad dog.
He's just like, here, let me share my water with you guys.
Now he wants to go outside. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know.
Bashing yourself in the head.
Oh yeah,
Suicide.
that's an important point. I don't know where I was going with that. If that was important. Okay, we should be honest. The last season and movie were bad. Futurama or Venture Bros? The first 3 Watt books, Wheel of Time, are awesome. You were way more to the point than Robert Jordan. Ooh. Well, it depends. Are you judging?
Ooh, I didn't see the other guy there.
Are you judging based on my short stories? Because yeah, I mean, short stories are like that. Is he just like not taking damage?
Well, he's got the shield out, so you know. You got
Oh, he's taking damage through the shield. That's what was happening. Can you kick in this game?
Yeah, I just don't remember how.
It's tapping right bumper and forward sharply. Yeah, you kick.
Well, I'm not.
No, I know. I'm just
Wow.
saying like better than a kick is just to slash someone with the sword.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
I love Jordan's style, but don't get me wrong. But from book 4 of Wheel of Time onwards, his prose suffers. Really, that's so unfortunate that he gets worse over time.
Aw, it's usually you would hope that it would be the other way around.
Yeah. I don't like when people they describe a thing once and then they just like never do it again for the whole rest of the series. Like the Ranger's Apprentice guy describes the horse one time in one book and never again. And he was proud of this fact in like a when he was talking to like I saw him in person. He did like a book signing, and I was like, man, that sounds like a fucking terrible practice. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, it's good to be like. It's good to sometimes add in descriptors in there for atmosphere alone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, like. Like you don't want to crowd up the page if it doesn't need to be said, but it's
Sure.
sometimes stuff is just pleasant when you just kind of have it described to you again. Like, it's just kind of cool and kind of beautiful, and you just, you know. Kind of nice. I don't know.
Alright.
Oh, can you open that door? I don't think you can, right?
I don't know. I can't. It's
Okay.
locked.
So, make sure you can, like, fast roll and then just sprint past to the right and go down the stairs as quick as you can.
Okay. Is that fast
Yeah,
roll?
that's fast rolling, yeah.
Alright.
It's fast enough, anyway. So, heal up, just so you're at full, just to be sure. And then run past and go to your right.
Alright. Oh man, even my running is super slow.
Ignore the enemies. To the right. And down. Yeah, so sometimes he just doesn't even breathe fire. So.
Is there a bonfire down here?
Yeah. Down the stairs, I think.
Okay.
I think this is a ladder. Yeah, you kick down the ladder, don't fall down. Yeah. So then you can climb up from that bonfire from before.
Cool.
So it's a good bonfire to power up if you had extra stuff. You might even consider picking up your souls from where Hobble killed you, because that also has a humanity in there. And humanity is like relatively limited. I plan on cheating to give you as much as you want, but in practice, it's like if you were playing totally legit, you can only get 10 humanities per boss because rats only let you farm up to 10, and then yeah. So there's a finite number in the game. There's no way to farm them infinitely. And you already killed the boss with only picking up 1 humanity, and like, so theoretically, if you were playing optimally, you would farm rats for a couple hours every time before you fought a boss. That's a very dumb way to play. So
Right.
I'll fix that. But and there's dumb stuff like that in every Souls game. But yeah. Hi,
Sure.
Jared. You here to splash water on us like a savage again?
Or have you come to say sorry?
Yeah, come up here. Don't worry. I love you even though you're a dumb dog.
This guy's dancing.
So Ori Honeydew was saying, I miss when they used to go hard on the Futurama setting. It was familiar, but now they use it as like just a vehicle for references to real life and just very light veneer of sci-fi. And I could really agree with that. Just in like, yeah. Just in general, it's always like frustrating when the primary focus isn't the actual story, but some kind of you're supposed
cool.
to
You have
think
the effect
this.
of the dragon's shadow.
Yeah, like you're supposed to be thinking this represents this. There's rats in there.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Good old clanging off of walls.
So this game goes very hard on clanging off of walls.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a much bigger effect in this game than any of the other games you've played. Dark Souls 3, it still lets you do damage. It's just less damage. This game will like stop you.
Yeah, that's no good. I guess they wanted it to be more immersive.
The last season and movie comment was from Venture Bros. And only saving grace was when they fought the woke Legion of Doom. Oof. Technically false. There are enemies that drop them. There are enemies that drop humanity? I did not know that. It's like soft humanity, like the counter in the corner, or like item humanities? Oh, that's true. How do you cut the dragon's tail off? You know what? We should do that. I've never actually done that. Do you guys know how to cut the dragon's tail off?
I guess you can look it up. You got the laptop.
Yeah, but people like know better than if I watch a video. It's like, "What's up, gamers?"
Oh, hello.
I was gonna say
Another white
something.
supremacist?
For some reason, I just thought, no, he's a black supremacist. That's a black knight.
Is it?
Yeah.
That looks pretty silver to me. Got him. Oh, man.
Well, I don't know what you get for killing this guy, but he doesn't respawn.
Ugh. Oh, yeah, but it's okay for him.
Yeah, it's okay for him to hit the walls. And have one weapon. Dragon tail sword, yeah. You shoot arrows at the tail, right? Or no, when he flies away, you get the is that how it works? There's a special sword that you can get by beating up the dragon on the bridge, and I've never actually used it, but it's like it seems very cool. It has like a tracing, like a line behind it, right? It's called the yellow tracer or something, or gold tracer, or is that something else?
I don't know. I gotta say, it takes a lot of leveling up till you're actually able to wear this armor.
Drake sword. I think it's a different one that's called the yellow tracer. Maybe you upgrade it into that or something. Okay. Okay, so if you get a bow and shoot his tail off, yeah, so I think you just shoot the tail. Is how it works. So you need to find that merchant I was talking about earlier.
Do you know where the merchant is?
I don't, but he's right by that bonfire, somewhere. He's like in a sort of hidden spot, right?
I don't know, man. Come on. Can't even roll past them? Where are my iframes?
Well, they're not ghost frames. Oh, they poison you. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That happened to you earlier.
They just decided that, like, all rats poison. Not special rats. Just all of them
merchants.
know how to poison.
Let me see. The plot, the lore, the strategy. All of these things are useless. What the fuck is this wiki? It's garbage.
Yeah.
How to find the undead merchant.
How's it going, bros?
Okay.
Oops, wrong way.
So if you go to the
Let me
yeah,
go
why
to
don't
the
you-
bonfire
yeah, go to the
first.
bonfire and then I can lead you to it. Oh, it's really simple. You want me to fan you?
No, it's just that it's always the hottest in this room. It's the hottest in this room and in your bedroom.
It's also the coldest in my bedroom.
No. Well, during the winter, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of air from the outside leaking in. Alright.
Okay, so go out the main door and then take a hard right.
Is this the main door?
Yeah, hard right down the stairs. And then go to the left.
Hard right. Oop. Can I move?
Certain bosses have tails that you can cut off and get a weapon sometimes. Yeah, like the gargoyle axe. The gargoyle axe is also very cool because like it's like the haft of the axe is like Ivy's sword. So that's not the way to go, but you can certainly go in there, and I think there's an item on the ledge or something.
Wooden shield. Garbage.
So you go straight and then to the left. Yeah. And then there's those boxes, and you break through those boxes, and there's stairs hidden there.
Ah. That's why you always gotta break the boxes.
That's why you're the aggression of this operation. This fan is tricky. I broke the other. We had two for some reason. We got like from an arcade or something.
Yeah.
And I broke the other one because I was
They're
fanning too
tokens.
hard. Because my natural instinct, I like riding a bike more than I like running. You know, I like to pedal super hard and then just like sit for a bit. And so I'd rather just swing this as hard as humanly possible, like the chick from Inuyasha, and just like blow my girlfriend away with a tornado. And have to sit here and like, man,
Hey, do you want fan?
you'll blow your stink away from me. So he looks like a zombie, so don't just murder anybody down here. Just only one guy and he's a friend.
This guy?
No, that guy's not a friend. I was wrong. There's
You
more
were.
than one guy down here. He's a bad man. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume his gender. He's a bad Zor.
You're gonna be cut from the Dark Souls anime. Right direction, wrong direction. See over here?
Yeah, there he is. To the right. He's with the carpet and stuff there.
Why, hello.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you. Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Alright.
So, if you follow Yimfa's guide, buy as many arrows as possible, and then do a like a swap thing, cracking souls and selecting arrows, and then you can crack 99 of whatever soul and just gain 1,000,000 souls and level up to 1 gazillion. But he sells arrows, right?
You're right.
Um,
Okay.
Does he have a bow? Oh, short bow.
Yeah.
Oh, expensive, my god. Hyper.
They know. They know we're trying to cheese it.
So I guess either crack some stuff or kill some guys and get a bunch of souls.
Yeah,
You
he's
probably
mean. Why don't I just kill him and take all his stuff?
because he only drops a katana, and you're not a weeb. I would like farm some stuff, I suppose. It's kind of slow killing people in this game, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because you're using a sword and shield and everybody's like blocking and there's all walls that are stopping you, but
Maybe.
I think I played through this game twice.
How much did the bow cost? And is that the only bow that I can get? Because if there's a better bow, I'll get that.
I don't think there's another bow for a long time.
Oh.
I think a lot of people use this guy for the bow. This bow also, I think you can roll and shoot, so it's like particularly like practical for invaders and stuff. When I see someone with they them in their bio, it makes me extremely angry. Or actually no, I meant annoyed. I agree with the first sentiment. It bothers me a lot. Because it's like,
Crazy ass bow. So what? Just like wooden arrow?
are the large arrows for like a different kind of bow? I think they are.
Yeah, probably for a great bow or something.
Yeah, so I would just get wooden arrows and get like as many as possible.
Okay,
Oh,
20.
perfect. That'll do it. Yeah.
Oh, that'll do it? How many does it actually take to...
Joseph Choi said probably around 150, but just grab that.
Okay.
It's better to, because after you shoot 100 arrows, if you find out you need 200 more, you have to go through another 100 arrow launchings. I like the like I like people putting pronouns in their bio so that I can
Avoid
very
them.
quickly figure out who I can avoid or who I should avoid in life. Because when stuff was less polarized, it was kind of almost like insidious where people would I had a lot of interactions with people where they would purposefully try to be extra nice to me, and then they would respond to something I would say, being like, "Oh, that makes me really sad. Could you say it like this?" in like a really like weird, fake, nice way, right? And then they'd like try and like really like be like you're a kid, you know, be like really happy, like, "Oh, yay, like you said this or that," and it's so insidious, like trying to. In a way, it's better than people screaming when they think that you're like a bigot, but it's just like it's just so much wasted time dealing with people who are like that. It's just not worth it. But I remember this guy was like he was having this like weird some guy was like having some kind of like mental breakdown at my school. And I was like, "Hey, listen, man, it's cool. Like, yeah, I get depressed too, or whatever. You know, like I have whatever I said. I have depression or something like that." And then this girl was like, "Oh, you
You're
do?
so
That's so
brave."
great!" And it was so disturbing. Oh wait, you don't have to kill this guy, but you should kill him anyway because he's a bitch. Oh, you can circle around and backstab these guys, right?
Yeah, it just hasn't been working for me.
The backstab is weird in this game. So his tail is right there. I think if you back up one, it's a little easier to shoot. I think, possibly.
Like
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, that looks easier, right? So
Sure.
just pull out the bow and start clanging.
Okay.
Hey, Lowry, what's going on? I was afraid I missed the stream. Nah, we're still going strong. Glad to have you here.
Unable to wield this weapon effectively with present stats.
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah.
What do you need? Oh, so it's not like you can two-hand it to be more dexterous. So it's half damage. Is that a
I
problem?
got doubled the arrows.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever.
Yeah, let's get that Drake sword. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. I've never actually gotten the sword before.
Alright, how do I two-hand?
Right bumper, I think.
Well, that...
He did it. It
Oh.
was
Alright, I don't normally do arrows.
left bumper to aim, I think.
So... Oh, left bumper to aim?
Mhm.
Oh. And right
Yeah,
bumper to shoot?
You twang them, yeah.
Oh, it's so slow.
Yeah, they don't like archery as a rule in Souls games.
Jesus.
This seems very difficult.
Well, I certainly make it seem that way, don't I? Is there a better spot? Oh. I got him once.
Oh, is that the new spot for the tail?
Oh.
Oh, can you hit
Oh.
it with a
Oh.
sword?
Where's
when
he
does-
going? Where's he going? Oh. Oh, does he move every time?
I don't think so.
I sure
Can
hope
you?
not.
I don't know. I think if you get,
I know, he's swinging.
is there
And
like
we
a?
try higher?
Oh, if you do that, if you shoot him with the bow, then can you go up top and then hit him with your sword? Like, can you have a regular fight with him? Oh, but then you have to slash the tail specifically to knock it off.
I was wondering if I could get another hit over here, but it's a very weird view that they're putting me in with this.
Can you shoot his tail? Oh, hey, Jamie Rose. I never tried. You can shoot his tail. You can shoot his tail off, and then he gives you... Well, he doesn't give it to you. You get a sword.
This feels like it'll take a long time, huh?
Yeah, I don't feel like this is how people normally do it. Let me look up a video on like how to get the Drake sword.
Imagine that this is supposed to take a really long time, though.
This is a 2-minute video. Must do this in all caps. So this guy's got a crossbow, which makes a lot more sense.
Well, if I could get a crossbow.
Oh, yeah, I wonder where you get one. Oh, he switched to the short bow. Okay, so we're on track. He has 100 arrows. Oh man, is this guy's just doing the... This guy's not very
Love
good
how
at
this dragon, every single time he gets shot with an arrow, he's like, who did that? And then he like goes over here and then goes back.
It doesn't take this guy many times to get the tail off.
Well, I'm doing like half damage, right?
I mean, it takes the guy several times. He's doing several cycles of this, but it doesn't actually seem like you'll be here for 10 years. Oh, wait. Yes, it will. So it took this guy, who can wield the bow. He got it off after 38 arrows out of 100. So...
That hit? I mean, he moves, so...
I don't think so. I think he just took offense to you trying.
Can I, like, shoot a bunch? Nah. Not with this one.
I think that hit.
Yeah, it did do a blood spurt, didn't it?
It's the charity drive that Dark Souls does. Bow shots like that.
Ah, yes. The knightly way of killing dragons.
At 17, you're looking at about 600 shots. Is that true?
Really?
After the 1.05 patch, shooting it from behind with one arrow will make it vanish into thin air? Okay.
Am I actually not able to
Okay.
do this?
They added a regenerating ability?
What? Keep on missing the second hit. Are you...
I think that's about killing the thing. Shoot the dragon's tail from bullet bench. Equip the Drake sword in your second. Okay, that's about. This is about killing him. Let's see. It takes 28 shots using regular wooden arrows. With a regular short bow, kill a couple enemies like that.
when playing a low dex build, this can be done with 25 to 30 shots of normal bolts from the light crossbow too.
Come on. Bear with me, I'm using controller.
That should be a shirt. Please be patient. I have controller aim.
Man, imagine I get all the way down to 0 arrows and it's not dead.
Oh.
What?
Interesting. So if you do kill the Hellcat Wyvern, you can go underneath him, and then that is where the Sunlight Bros altar is. I forgot about that. You can get there from behind somehow, but
Navigation in this area is old. Let's see if I can get to the laundromat before you take off the tail.
Yeah, right.
Are you have you go to the laundromat? Don't you live in the middle of the woods? Aren't you like a mountain man? What are you doing going to a laundromat? I thought your job was like chainsawing stuff.
Don't you just hang your clothes out to dry in the wheat fields?
But like if you live in the middle of the woods, far from civilization, off the grid, generating power with a bicycle, then wouldn't you have your own washing machine? You know?
No, I get you.
Like if you live upstairs of a laundromat, right, in New York City, I would go down to the laundromat and pay like $5 so that if the washing machine breaks, it's not my goddamn problem.
Yeah, oh, out of all these arrows that I've used, I don't even know which ones I've actually hit. I have not been keeping track of that.
It's okay. West Virginia, mountain road, take me home. Country roads. I'm on a goat grazing job site in the hellhole that is Beverly Hills. What on the fuck? I'm 300 miles from home. I miss my family crying emoji.
Aw.
He's like, so how much human shit is on the street? That's a real question. I'm sorry that you're far from your family, but the fact that it's not illegal for homeless people to poop on the ground
Now there's a poop app
is
for tracking the poop.
fascinating.
Oh, what? What do you say?
Let me see if that makes it into top chat.
Well, tell me.
I think the only thing these celebrities consume is adrenochrome. No chance. Not in top chat.
Filtered out.
Definitely filtered out. Also, West Virginia is not allowed. Oh, no, I'm wrong.
That would be pretty funny. Just YouTube hating on West Virginia. Just taking it out entirely.
No, adrenochrome is not in top chat. Is it? No, it's not. Yeah, no, it's filtered. You can't say adrenochrome. Not in this not in this civilized society.
What is that?
Adrenochrome is this it's like a conspiracy theory thing. So it's like misinformation or whatever.
That makes sense with YouTube.
So the conspiracy theory is that some very rich people believe that they can have eternal life by injecting themselves with a substance called adrenochrome, which is produced by children when they're in like stressful situations.
Jeez.
And so the conspiracy theory...
It's like the Aztecs, just
Yeah.
collecting children's tears.
Yeah, the Aztecs collecting children's tears. The priests of the Aztecs used to have children in like bound to the ceiling, and they would like stab them with stuff to make them cry, as to collect their tears as a condiment for their food,
Yummy.
which makes it kind of confusing why my social studies teacher was like, they're the good guys.
Yeah, you know, they could have just used salt.
They could have also used like animal meat. They could have been like any other society and it had like sufficient animal husbandry to provide protein instead of eating human thigh meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think
No
they just
good.
didn't have. It's easier to get children's tears than it is to get salt water and then dry it for their like geographical location. Not excusing the use of children's tears as a condiment, by the way. At my official position, I would say I'm against torturing children for condiments. So
I would say so.
so the conspiracy theory goes that rich people believe that you can produce adrenochrome by torturing and molesting children, and so they do that in order to harvest adrenochrome to then inject it into themselves so they can live forever. And the big thing is like Hillary Clinton. That's why Hillary Clinton's still alive. But Hillary Clinton looks terrible. So adrenochrome is not a good fountain of youth. Method.
Yeah.
Also,
They just torture and molest kids for their own enjoyment. Not for any youth.
also, Joseph Choi confirms there are way too many homeless people.
Oh yeah.
It's in the blood? Oh, okay. I thought it was like an adrenaline thing. I guess that is in the blood. Never mind. If your plan involves harvesting children's tears, maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, if that's what you need for like a condiment, I would say yeah.
Maybe you should look for other options.
Yeah, maybe. You know, you could just have regular people's tears. Like, there's a lot of people that like to cry on like YouTube. Like, there's that fat guy that cries all the time because he's like fat and he has mukbang videos. Why don't you just find some weirdo like that and then like clap when they cry? And then you just have a bunch of unhealthy, disgusting adults that just cry for your condiments.
Yeah, there you go.
And then problem solved. I don't think it's really that efficient or like good for your sanity. Also, the adrenochrome doesn't exist as far as I'm aware, as far as like science is concerned.
Yeah, just to cover our tracks here, we're not saying.
Not saying it can actually give you eternal youth, and if it does, you'll look like Hillary Clinton. Because if adrenochrome is real, she's taking it, and that's what you look like. Okay.
Yes.
Or like George Soros, a big garbage bag filled with pulverized mangoes.
How old did Epstein look? That's a good measurement.
Yeah, Epstein definitely was consuming. If it existed, he was definitely snorting fat lines of adrenochrome. I think adrenochrome should be the color of chrome. By the way.
It is in the name, right?
Yeah. If it's gonna exist, it should be that color. You should like have to squirt it out onto a table and crack it into powder and then smoke it. Do you think it's real? I don't. Do I think there are people in the world that believe it's real? Yes. Do I think some of those people have lots of money and want to torture children to live forever? Yes. Do I have specific names of people I expect to have done that? Not really. Although probably Hillary Clinton, right? Like, she was friends with Epstein and stuff. So.
Yeah. This is gonna take a while.
In general, I think eternal life is not that complicated. I don't think you'd really need to torture children to figure it out, because that implies this like great moral cost in order to achieve eternal life. But like, keep in mind, jellyfish live forever; they never die.
Yeah, why don't you torture jellyfish?
There are like several thousand-year-old jellyfish that get discovered, Jellyfish have no. They don't have cancer, and they don't die of old age. Their cells don't like break down like other animal cells. So it's not as though it's impossible to live forever, and it's not as though it's like that far out of our reach.
Jellyfish didn't eat the apple.
You can also live significantly longer just by like not super accessible means, but not like crazy. Like stem cells and stuff will just like extend your life in certain places, like regenerating heart tissue and whatever, and like blood transfusions from younger people. So it's not like a the adrenochrome thing is like sort of like I feel like Christian based, because there should be a great moral cost to have something that you're not supposed to have. I think that's like kind of the thematic nature of it.
I thought it was just because like Hollywood celebrities, they're all getting plastic surgery, so they look like young for a long time because they have to for their work, and they know that Hollywood celebrities are like bad people, so they want some like extra horrible thing that they do
like
to achieve that youth.
They're known for like being pedophilic, so it's like, well, that's why it's like some grand scheme.
And drug addicts.
But I think you can just get plastic surgery and be a pedophile without being a supervillain in a like volcano lair, torturing children to extract some rare chemical.
Although, Pedophile Island did exist.
Yeah, I mean, you could just be a freak.
Thing.
Like, you don't have to also like have access to
immortality,
some sci-fi immortality. Being a James Bond villain is clearly its own reward. Yeah. Speaking of eternal life, what do you make of this idea? Scottish warrior that loves the feeling of battle, desires to live forever by continue fighting, wants to get bit by a werewolf. Now he walks as a greatsword wielding, battle hungry werewolf, looking for strong fighters. Seems kind of similar to. It's a solid concept. That'd make a good D&D character. It seems pretty similar in concept to like that Warhammer Fantasy character. He fights a dragon, drinks all of its blood when he wins after like fighting for some biblical number of days, and then he cures his vampiric thirst, and then he passes on his he duels people and then passes on his gift if they're worthy. And then they go, being great warriors, want to be cured of their thirst too, and go to find a dragon to slay and drink its blood. That's the blood dragons in Warhammer Fantasy. I think having good sex of vampires and werewolves is interesting and cool. I don't like when there's only good sex of vampires and werewolves, because they're very clearly like a kind of evil aligned thing, you know?
Right. Hence why they fear the cross. Not because they're scared of geometrical shapes, but because they're scared of God.
That's so pathetic to write a vampire thing and be like, oh, the cross only works because
they don't have good eyesight, so shapes scare them. That's so goofy.
It's obviously like a magical reason. Like, even if you want to say that God's not real, you could still say that the Catholic Church is like a bunch of wizards.
That's like definitely a thing with like all new shit in Hollywood. Like one of the check marks is you cannot let God be real. If you have Christianity in it, the Christians are a bunch of bad dum-dums. God cannot be real.
Yeah.
And it makes things a little bit less interesting sometimes.
It does. There was apparently they were doing a Count of Monte Cristo movie, and they tried to strip out any of the lines about God. It's like,
In the Dracula show that they did, they had God not be real. Yeah. And that's like
Dracula-
the big revelation at the end is that not only is God not real, but sunlight doesn't actually kill him. It was just like he was so scared of God and the sun, but once he realized none of it was real, he's like totally. Yeah, I know, right?
dude, that's the most cancerous shit I've heard. What?
Yeah. He dies by drinking some girl's cancer blood, because cancer's blood kills him. Literal cancer.
Yeah, that's literal cancer.
Oh man. That was a shitty.
Are you sure he wasn't killed by toxic masculinity and white supremacy?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Netflix originals. So how's that Dark Souls anime looking, guys?
Adam, tell her to aim for the part before the tip. Sure, whatever.
Why?
The part that's moving the most?
What is that gonna like?
What if you shoot that and it just drops in one shot?
Yeah, that extra damage.
No, the video I saw, someone was shooting at this general spot.
Well, it's moving the least,
And
so it's easier
Like
to
the
hit.
example you gave earlier of The Office, Angela's a terrible person. Oh, is Angela Christian in The Office?
Yeah,
Christians
she's
can't
like
be the good
she's like the Christian cat lady who like is alone but clearly doesn't want to be. And that's like kind of what they have going when she was like sort of dating Dwight, but then they like break up at one point, and then they do her marriage saga. And then
Her and
that was
Dwight is-
horrible.
Her and Dwight is like was a funny couple that actually made sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
I'm sure in the British version that's actually how like they actually get married and stuff.
Yeah, at the end of the series they get married, but it's like too late because she
Disgusting.
has a baby with another guy who's gay and
Yeah,
not
it's
in their
just-
life anymore.
Just absolutely horrendous.
Yes, they ruined it before they could actually do something wholesome.
I really like the Vampire the Masquerade bloodlines for vampire factions. Lots of moral ambiguity and shades of gray. Yeah, that's a really good. The original Vampires the Masquerade is really good. Is really solid. The new stuff is like total cancer. I can't stress how bad that is. You know, it's funny because I used to really like whenever someone played D&D, I'd be like, oh, I had something to talk to with them. But now I'm just like, I'm scared that if I start talking about D&D stuff, they'll be like, oh, did you see the new like extra like gender that they dropped? You choose your
The next gender just tried.
you choose your class, your race, and your gender now, and this gender has really good stats. It's like, okay.
It's better than all the other genders because it's not cis.
Yeah. A lot of the old role playing game stuff was actually good, and then it just got like ruined, and it's kind of tragic. There's not a lot of like, there's not like a mainstream one that a lot of people, not mainstream, but there's not one that a lot of people play that's not woke garbage. There's a couple that are kind of like popular, like.
Hey! Didn't even have to get down to the last arrow.
All right, let's see. Can you even equip it? Let's see.
Probably not.
Oh, it's so exciting. I've never used the Drake sword before. Never seen anybody use it. I've seen people use it, but
Hold with both hands to use effectively.
okay. So it's just your strength
Sure.
that's a problem, but you can two-hand it.
Right. What was two-hand again?
Press B so you can close the menu. Actually, that was bad advice. To close menus, you should press Start, because pressing B to close menus is how you get into trouble.
Okay.
Because it also makes you leap backwards, and you're on a bridge. So,
Right.
so hit Y. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, swing it around. Let's see.
Whoops. My bad.
Playing Dead Rising.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, vertical. There you go. I'm sorry.
Did we disturb you, Gergie? You gonna go someplace else? You're done with us? Making too much noise? Sir Husbando has some broad shoulders. Yeah, Trisha's... Oh, you broke his guard with that?
Oh.
It does a lot of damage. It says 200.
Nice. Only issue is I can't use it with my shield, but it's
Yet.
pretty good.
Can't use it with your shield.
Yes,
yet.
yes. Not yet, but soon. With enough
Yeah.
level ups.
Yeah, so Trisha chose the wide, top character, so she could skip leg day.
That's what I do. You motherfucker.
The new stuff is absolutely cancer. The one featured character is a gay black Muslim vampire who champions the rights of the marginalized. It's pure Tumblr trash. Jesus Christ.
It's awful, yeah.
The new combat system, I was reading and it was like, it's like Jimmy has it's supposed to be resolved in one dice roll. So it's literally you both roll a dice, whoever gets a higher number wins the combat. That's genuinely how combat is supposed to be resolved. And it's total cancer.
That's terrible.
So Timmy has a pistol and Jimmy has an SMG. So have Jimmy roll 2 d10s and Timmy roll 1. And it's like, how cancerous could you be? It just, and then they're like, oh, okay, we'll have social hit points for conversations. It's like, guys. Yeah. They have, the new Vampires the Masquerade thing. By the way, the first page, the disclaimer before you start reading is like, first of all, they have trigger warnings right in the beginning. They're like, this is a game about monsters. It's not licensed to be a monster. You should have safe words so that anyone can, tell you when they're being triggered. It's like, okay. If you're genuinely playing with people that's going to be a problem, you shouldn't be friends with those people. If you're playing with someone who's going to do something so weird that you feel like you can't break character to be like, what are you doing? If you're playing, there was a meme of, Goblin Slayer, where it was them playing D&D, and then, the first episode happens, and then all the players dude, what the fuck, to the DM. If you can't break character to be alright, that's a little weird, then you're just with fucking weirdos, or you're a loser. If someone's like, I want to drink that person's blood, and you're like, oh, I have a trigger warning for drinking blood, it's like, well, then go away.
Well, whoops-a-daisy, huh?
It's if someone's doing something actually so bizarre that it's out of the realm of normalcy for,
Oh, now he doesn't put his
human
tail there
interaction.
Anymore. Learned.
Then, these are people assumedly, that you're playing with, so,
Nice.
And then the second page after the trigger warnings is
come on. It just took 2 hits.
Is if you're a Nazi, you're not allowed to play. Close the book right now and go get some therapy. And they're like, and if you think that we're being not using, if we're being flamboyant by saying Nazi, and you're alt-right or a basement dwelling intranet troll, then you know what we mean, and you should be sensitive to the over zealous language of the marginalized. It's okay, someone proofread this. Who allowed that to be in the book?
Who do I have to blame?
It's just
for your stupidity.
And by the way, I did not buy this book. I was just reading a pirated PDF because I assumed it was going to be garbage, and it was.
Sure.
And the rules are super trash. They got rid of the Acolytes of Set and changed their name and used the same font that ISIS uses, and it's obviously an ISIS flag to represent one of the clans that you can choose. Essentially, your class you could play as ISIS. It's very cool. And then they fired the creator of the game because he used
the gay death camps in Chechnya as like a being vampire run, like he canonized it, and it's like, guys, have you read have you played the original games? I assume because you run the company, you're familiar, but like there's way more. That's like a very normal thing. If you have vampires in a universe, everything bad is from the vampires. That's just standard.
They're evil.
And then, to make matters worse, this guy is like an activist in Eastern Europe, and he intentionally is trying to bring attention to the crimes going on in Eastern Europe. So it's not even like he's also woke. They're just scapegoating him for whatever reason.
God, 2 hits. Come on, that's too little of hits.
Yeah, I would mark this area, those 3 rats, as possibly the most annoying / hardest areas of the game.
It's just 2
Not
hits.
It's not
And
even a
look
joke.
how much it is. It takes so long to get off.
You'll run out of flasks before you.
Yeah, it's
Not even
stupid.
joking. I consider these 3 rats to be like the hardest area in the game because you're so low level that you can't not get poisoned in like you said 2 hits, and to kill them you have to like really like clutch it out, and if you fail, then you have to go back and
they also dodge.
like the Taurus demon is a lot easier than that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes, it was.
the difficulty scale. You don't have to take the ladder down. You can jump.
Oh,
if you-
it won't kill me?
If you die, it's fine.
Oh, well, I guess
'cause you
there's
don't lose
this over
anything.
here.
But yeah. Yeah, I consider that to be the harder than than any of the boss fights besides maybe the Capra Demon is pretty cancer.
It's the worst.
But Adam, vampires can't be evil. They're hot and gay icons. So the Tremere are hot and gay. No, they're just they have a fixation on beauty is their whole aesthetic. Now, something interesting. When I first was introduced to the vampire clans, I thought of the Tremere as being quite gay, or like feminine, or maybe gay, like more left aligned. Now I look at them differently because there's been I've been made more aware of the conscious effort to.
God damn it.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Well, they don't even make any noise.
Yeah. That sucks.
I'm like trying to check if the other one is closer by, and to fucking yeah.
No, I generally think that particular spot
It's
is
the
the hardest
worst.
area in the game. Because you're so low level when you come into it, and then you really don't have a lot of options unless you have magic or something. But if you're doing melee, that's kind of,
Yeah, like what do I do? I just die.
Oh, Tremere, sorry, Toradors. Tremere and Toradors I always confuse. I like the Tremere because they stole their vampirism. I like that. That's very,
To level up.
the edgy atheist in me, the humanist in me really likes human stealing vampirism rather than being like,
Actually, I don't
Yeah.
just...
Yeah, you're right. Toradors are the poofs. But, there's been such an effort to, take away beautiful architecture, go towards, brutalism and stuff and just have everything. And then, every movie has to be bad so that you don't expect good movies. People are like, oh, it's the best.
Lower your standards.
Yeah, they
right.
want everyone to lower their standards so they can make money off shitty movies and stop trying.
They straight up tell you to lower your standards. Like, your
Yeah.
standards are too high, and it's really toxic.
Yeah.
It's really toxic.
And in fact, thinking that things
You
should
make
be
me
good
work too hard.
is fascist. If you want things to be
Oh my god.
okay, I will also say these hollows in this area are also some of the hardest enemies in the entire game.
Really?
They do very little damage, and so you don't notice it, but their patterns and stuff are somewhat more unpredictable than a lot of the later enemies, especially weird moves like that super lunge at you.
Yeah, I just assumed that was some
There's-
sort of glitch. It was so, out of the ordinary.
Well, he was turning around a corner, so you got more distance, drifting or something. But,
This is like a Mario Kart game.
But these enemies have kind of unfair patterns to try and like fool you into thinking the game is harder in the beginning. And then they just end up doing less damage. But to completely avoid taking damage from them is much harder than to avoid taking damage from later enemies that would kill you. If they hit you in like one shot, they would like nuke you to the right. Yeah. Nice. So I actually think this area of the game is the hardest area of the game.
I did it. I beat Dark Souls.
Later areas, they're more dependent on their stats, so you end up fighting a bunch of like special needs students, special needs kids that are just very strong. You're dealing with Tard strength later, but early on you have to deal with like this sort of erratic thing you can't quite like contest with. There's a boar, right? So down the stairs is a bonfire, I want to say. Oh, it's closed.
Yeah. Well, I can go up here.
That's where the knight is.
Right.
So I think you continue through, and then all the way through on your right is another bonfire and a blacksmith. That's like a pretty main bonfire you have to go back to a lot.
I got a good
You can
sword,
sprint
though.
through the gate before they close it as a shortcut, but then you have to deal with the boar and like some harder enemies. But there's a gate that closes the first time you come here. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. So do play however you want to play, honestly, because I don't really know this game very well at all.
Alright.
So I'm probably actually a bad person to give advice. I like the Toreador the best in game because they had the hottest lady to romance. Hottest lady to romance. I don't remember. But is any lady hotter than oh, you're talking about the stripper lady. Okay, yeah. I see that. I don't think there's few female romance interests that are more iconic than Jeanette, though. That's such a design. There's so many people who use that as their fucking like Tumblr profile picture without ever having played the game or knowing where that comes from. It's such a striking character design. That game is kind of garbage. Kind of. But the writing is pretty strong. It's a game that deserves a modern version more than any other game, but the studio working on it was so incompetent. I'm extremely grateful that the publisher canceled the project and fired everyone. I'm extremely grateful because the lead writer quit. There was all this talk about woke stuff going on. There's all these woke leaks. And the other writer was like this woman that they hired just to hire a woman. And she was like, you could tell in their interviews there was all this tension. I could fucking tell it was going to be a bad game. I knew before it ever came out it was going to be bad. And then they canned it and I was so happy. It was like Batgirl getting canceled, but I actually care about Vampires Masquerade Bloodlines. That game... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, do I have to go back down and fight the boar, or do I just like skip and go straight to the gate?
You can't get through there because it's closed. Now you have to go around.
Around? Where?
I don't know. You can backstab the boar, by the way. It's one of the only monsters.
Really?
It's the only monster that can be backstabbed. It's that.
That is so strange.
Yeah. Just some random fun fact I know. You don't have to fight the boar. I think you can go around.
Oh, there's another door.
The way that I don't think you get in there. I'm gonna bet you can't get in there.
Ah. I can't bag us.
It's like a metal boar or something, I guess.
Cyborg.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you liked your
Ah.
That's so disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't know. That wasn't worth it. I hope you like your 750 souls, you pervert.
Okay.
Oh, you can lower the boar into a fire. I forgot about that. Actually, I don't know if I've done that in this game. I think I did that to something in...
Oh, I see. There's a passage down here. I didn't even see it from up top.
It's really janky in terms of gameplay, but I still love it. Dude, there was like a fucking wereshark
Where you going?
thing in that game, too. Oh, he's luring you into a trap. That's where he's going. Nice.
But now you're all dead. What you done? Fuck your table.
Maybe we should stream Vampires Masquerade Bloodlines. I would love an excuse to finish that game.
Sure. I would
What
love you to
clan
show
would
me
I
that
pick?
game.
Ooh. Not Malkavian. Because you're not supposed to do that in your first playthrough. Never am I doing Nosferatu ever again. In terms of actual gameplay, what's a good class to pick? Ooh, you know what? I want to do some mods. I always wanted to get mods to work on that game, and I was too stupid to get mods to work, and now I feel more confident. I'm gonna like get a mod for a character skin. That's what I want to do. I wanna.
Mystery key. Ooh.
Maybe I'll be that like beast class, the beast clan. No, fuck the beast clan. Right? What about like a Bruja? What do the Brujas look like in that game? Do they actually look cool? Can I be like a biker dude?
Oh my god. Wasn't expecting that.
I've started that game and never actually finished it. I would kind of love to just grab my old character and finish it, but at the same time I kind of want to just like start again. Not disciplines. Not characters, obviously. What would anyone look at besides just the classes? Okay, just disciplines, and I can maybe link to like thin-blooded shop. No one cares about thin blood. Oh wait. Okay, clan. This is useless. Yeah, Vampire's Masquerade 2, they had some white character in some white female character, and they mentioned like she has Turkish heritage. It's like, okay.
Cool.
I see.
Also, she's non-binary.
Also non-binary. She's also like.
She's super cool.
She's otherkin.
Yeah. Alright, what's this guy's story? Can I super beat this guy?
Yeah, he's a Balder Knight.
Oh.
So they're one of the guys that drops really good stuff. But it's very rare. They have like a rapier and stuff. He's like kind of strong. A little bit. I think the main challenge is that. Nice. Oh, that's a terrible backstab. Okay. I guess it's all of his health. That's why it was that much.
Oh, Boulder armor.
World of Darkness clans.
Nice.
This is just. I don't know.
Oh, and a knight shield.
You know what clan I'd love to play as? Giovanni.
Mm.
That's the like Italian mob
The
vampires.
Italian mob vampires.
Yeah, they control zombies. Like they have necromancy.
Ah,
And I'm just so curious how that's supposed to work as like a thing. Like, do they have like, are they sentient zombies that they like have with like Tommy guns and stuff?
People who owed them money get turned into their zombie slaves.
Oh yeah, La Sombra, the shadow guys, right? And Zimishi, yeah, and then Ravnos. I think Ravnos are the one that I thought was cool. They changed the symbol for the new stuff, so it's kind of hard to tell. Pre V5, Animals and Fortitude and Chemistry. What does this do? Oh, is this some kind of illusion trash?
Oh. I got magic.
I think generally Torador seems like if I had to pick a clan, I'd probably pick Torador. Maybe. Nah, this is trash. Oh, this is for the game though, so I don't know what they are in the actual. Celerity is just very cool. I think Celerity is like so. No, I would be. Bruja, obviously, for like pen and paper, I think Bruja is like the best, but that's also like maybe the power gamer in me. They have Celerity and Potence, and Presence is trash, but they have Presence. So Potence just gives you a flat success on strength things. So for a role-playing game, to just have a flat success on things is quite cool. And Potence also, you know, you can just do like crazy stuff with like melee and like just lifting stuff, and you kind of have this guaranteed I can lift heavy things and throw things and stuff. I think the player characters that they lock you into, I think the Bruja one looks stupid.
Yeah, he looks like a rapper or something. I want to be a big biker dude because that's really, yeah, like Smiling Jack is a Bruja, and that's kind of what I imagine for, you know.
Got him. This sword's
Yes.
good.
I imagine a big biker dude.
There's another bonfire somewhere, right? I feel like there should be.
Oh, the Brujas are funny because they're rebels. They're contrarians by nature. They like to rebel against whatever the current thing is, and so in the original descriptions, they would say a Bruja could have an old fading tattoos of swastikas and hammer and sickles, because they could have easily been swayed by both sides because they're against whatever the current thing is, and so you could easily have one that's just like.
It's pretty funny.
Constantly contrarian or whatever. And I think that's pretty. Oh, behind you is the where you want to go. That's the bonfire.
Oh, cool.
I think that was interesting. They obviously rewrote it to say that they could have, like, you know, they could have tattoos of hammer and sickle and nothing else. Like, you know, they stripped that out of it. But mechanically, by the pen and paper system, celerity and potence just tend to be super cool to use because I don't need these other weird powers to roleplay. I would rather just be a competent combat person than have everyone else pick all the bizarre fucking, like, you know, stupid powers. Celerity is just fucking cool. It's just an extra action or something per point. It's like fucking stupid. You can just have, you know, a million shots of your pistols or whatever. Or no, pistols have a thing where it's like you can only shoot to the rate of fire, so you have to, if you use a melee weapon, you can attack more if you have higher levels of celerity. Yeah. Alright.
Oh, they don't have the nice, long, flowing cape? Boo.
Oh, that is kind of bizarre. You have a
That's
midriff too.
Yeah, what the heck? This is so much worse than how it looked on that. Look at how it looks in the icon.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Boo.
Dramatically worse. I was super up for that.
My
Awesome.
friend, I have this excellent sword to upgrade.
You could do the unofficial patch that fixes a couple broken bits. Giovanni from Pokemon? Yeah, no. Giovanni is just like generic Italian name. Yeah,
I need some dragon scale.
Sentient zombies with Tommy guns is a thing I have to see now. I want to read or see that comic or watch that anime. Dude, like, Total War Warhammer, Total War Warhammer, one of the factions is like zombie pirates. And you just take that and make it like Tommy guns. Kind of entertaining. I wouldn't want to play as a zombie with a Tommy gun. But if you could be like a spooky revenant with like shadows and stuff instead of being decaying and gross, I'm in. Also, like, ghouls, where they have like you're like a blood, you drink their blood so you never die, and then you just have to listen to you have to do what they say. Toreadors, also in the pen and paper, you can control. Okay. Did you find the bonfire, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's like right up here. I love how he's so calm and chill, and that's just right down the steps.
Well, that
I'll
thing,
be seeing you
if
then.
you can kill that thing, it gives you good crafting materials for him.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And past it is another area.
Guess I should go finish the area I was doing before.
Mm-hmm. That's the gargoyles, is that boss fight.
Alright.
So, pick Toreador, invest in the seduction deal, and seduce all the ladies. Yeah, I mean, you can get lots of bloods. I think, obviously this system works better in a pen and paper game, and I would love to run one. But, like, there's so many things you can do out of combat in this system. Like, for example, Toreador. So, your party is starting off, and you're like, okay, we need to secure a blood source, right? New city, whatever. You kind of just, like, starting off. Sometimes they have... you can spend points in stats or background. So so you can put points into your background, and then you say like, oh, I put points into having a source of blood, and then you would just have someone that works at the hospital who is your ghoul already. Like he drinks your blood, so he never gets old, and he gives you blood in exchange for that. And you already have that arrangement. But if you're a Toreador, you can set up that arrangement quicker, because if you have someone taste your blood, they are influenced by you a lot, and they're like sort of seduced by you. So isn't this guy super fucking cool? He doesn't respawn, so enjoy him while you can.
Yeah, where's the magic? There he is.
Yeah, there's the staff you got with your first try, by the way? First try? Trisha has insane luck in Dark Souls games. Dark Souls 3, the first
just that good.
First 2 knights she killed, she got the straight sword. I'm surprised she didn't get Baldur Knight stuff. She got the armor, but that's not... I don't think that... It's the sword that people want from the Baldur Knights. She put a piece of, like a prism stone or something ridiculous down. She dropped some kind of...
It was like the...
It was like a smooth stone she picked up. She put it in the nest, and she got in exchange the staff... Or she put a bunch of items, like a bunch of random things, into the nest in Dark Souls 2, and she got 2 or 3 staves of like that you do the dance with, so then you get the buff for everybody. Just the first, she was like, "What's the point of this? You just keep on getting stabs." And I was like, "What do you mean you keep on getting? You got a staff?" She's like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of them." I was like, "What?"
You were so baffled.
It was just so, but it was like it felt like it was one of those moments where it was like we should have been streaming, because it's just like so goofy that you're like,
just keep on getting these dumb stabs.
I don't know what the point is. And then
what's with all these tridents?
There's this poor fucking guy, like, just absolutely ossified in his basement, just like turning to fucking stone, sitting there grinding out the drops to get the trident, and you're like, why do I keep on getting all these?
Aww.
And you really coordinated that well.
Well, it just wouldn't lock on.
Okay. I think the problem is that you just aggroed the giant guy and then all the other guys.
Oh, did I aggro him?
I mean, he killed you, so I assume he was aggravated.
Well, I don't know. Last time I didn't aggro him, and I kind of like walked the same path.
But yeah, so if you get someone to drink your blood a human to drink vampire blood 3 times, you control them to an extent. Like you can command them to do stuff. Toreadors is just 2 times, which is like, so it's easier to set that up. So you could set up a blood supply that way, and then whatever the plot is of the game, you could, like, as a Toreador, your party could be setting you up to slip blood into someone's drink like twice, so that you can keep on getting these contacts and like and stuff that you don't want to pick up your gazillion souls.
I was gonna go the other way around.
No, you can't go around.
What? But the last time I thought there was an entrance in there, in the front.
I don't know. The boss fight is up the elevator, isn't it? In
What?
there.
The boss fight is in here.
Yeah.
Or the whatever fight I was just in.
Yeah. Go kill that nerd with the big mace, and then take the thing behind him, because I don't remember what it is, but I know it's valuable. I think it upgrades your like flasks or something.
Alright.
But you should pick up your like souls, because
Well, they're all the way over there. That's why I was gonna go all the way around.
yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, okay. Now just like dumpster that guy. Or yeah, that's where the brains in this operation of Firekeeper Soul. That seems valuable.
Yeah, I don't have a shield and I can't dodge, so.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess don't fight this guy. That's where you're the brains of this operation.
I hate you.
Oh.
If I had a shield though, I could fuck that guy up.
Yeah, Bruja are just like fucking cool. Cause like think about it, the game is like if you deal 6 points of damage, you kill someone, anyone. I think it's like 3 is most people, but like 6 is like the max health that's possible to have, something like that. Then Potence is a guaranteed 1 damage. So you know what I mean? And you can put up to like 5 points into it at level 1. And then you can take negative traits. Like you take all these negative traits to get more points. and so you can like min-max into, you know, just being able to instantly kill anyone you punch. And it's very easy because the focus of the game is like out of combat stuff, right? So they don't really balance the combat so much. But at the same time, it's just basically the Brujas are like the best fighters. So you could take a negative trait of like your eyes glow, and so that would give you away as a vampire, so you always have to wear sunglasses, and that's suspicious. And then you could... So you can take a couple like negative traits that don't really matter, and that would make you able to get enough points into potence that no matter what you roll... What is that?
Night shield.
I don't think I've ever seen... Not that I played this game a lot. I don't think I've ever seen that. It looks very weird.
Looks very knightly.
Yeah. Does it have 100% block?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this shield? I don't really remember it.
I just picked it up in this area.
What does it look like? I don't know. Is this like a normal shield?
It's very knightly.
Is that rare or something?
I don't know.
It seems rare because I don't remember it. I don't really even remember seeing someone use it in a playthrough or anything.
Wee.
So you can leap through the air but not fast roll.
Yeah, right? This should be just how I dodge from now on. Alright. Let's go kick this guy's butt with a shield. Oh my god. That is a little bit more than I bargained for.
He's a lot easier to kill with magic, I must say.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
It's uncommon, but not super rare. Okay. Hey, Basil. Willkommen.
Ah! He's following me. Tell him to stop. I don't
Please.
want to be his friend.
Please stop.
Alright, he stopped.
But yeah, so like, if you play a Bruja, you can kind of easily min-max your way into being this like destroyer in combat, and then you can kind of like... There's different types of persuasion in that game, like different kind of ways of persuading people.
What equip load do I need to aim for till I'm not super duper slow anymore?
I don't know, dude.
Because this is quite a long time
So
to be
you have to
leveling up this.
you have to do like kind of math to figure it out, really.
Yeah.
You have to be at 30% of your total. So what's your total equip load? It's easy math because it's like 60. If you, or what's your equip load? And then just three times that is generally what you need to get to. We'll put another point in because you can't roll yet, so might as well. You're not gonna overdo it with 1 point. 50% or below for mid rolls. Okay, what's your equip load?
Status.
Okay. So you just need 67. Yeah.
That's a lot of.
So you need 5 more levels for your current equipment.
Whew. Yeah. Alright.
So just level 22. Yeah. Yeah. So if you like the thing that I like about the Brujas like disciplines, just like I know I'm not going on about this, but like I do really like Vampires the Masquerade. Celerity is just a flat thing you don't have to roll for, and there's no chance of it failing. You can just have like 3 points in celerity and just have 3 extra actions you can take. I think it costs 1 blood point to get 3 actions, but then you can spend more blood points depending on how like vampire you are, like how elder you are, and you can spend background points on being like a more better blood, like you were turned by a stronger vampire.
Oh yeah. Think you're bad, Muty? Oh god.
Man, this guy's city.
I miss my other sword. Wish that I could roll and or block so that I can use that other sword.
Nice kick combo.
You can get Hovel Rings by defeating Hovel the Rock in a shortcut between Undeadburg and Darker Creek Basin. That will increase your max equipment by 50%. Yeah. Trisha, why don't you just go kill that guy?
Who?
Oh, I don't know. Some guy named Hovel the Rock. I don't know if you've seen him before.
No.
He was the guy that bonked you. I was saying if
What
you
guy?
yeah, if you beat that guy,
all the
you
way
can.
in the beginning.
Yeah, if you beat that guy, you can equip whatever you want for the whole game, basically. That's what
But
everybody.
I wasn't doing any damage to him. What was I supposed to do?
Be better.
Die.
You have the Drake Sword now. I think that does a lot of damage. Maybe that just like would kill him.
Maybe.
I don't think you can block Hovel anyway, so I don't think there's a purpose in having a shield. Because I think if you block him, he'll just pancake you and go through your shield and just do a shit ton of damage.
Sure. Can I travel from here?
You can't map travel in this game. Until
I thought you said that you could in some areas.
you can at this bonfire once you get all the way to Anor Londo, meaning you beat 70% of the game.
Yeah, okay.
So, a lot of people were saying that people are casuals in like Dark Souls 3 because you can map travel and it's babying people. I would say that they're big, dumb, and gay.
Accurate.
Yeah, it's very stupid that you can't like just map travel. So you can't get in there. You have to unlock that. That's like a That's how you get to Anor Londo is once you beat that area. But to unlock that area, I forget what you have to do. You have to unlock the Sen's Fortress. How do you unlock Sen's Fortress?
Are we looking at a time check, by the way?
136.
Oh boy.
So you have to ring both bells of awakening, right? Is that so you have to do the gargoyles, which is in this area, and then some other boss, right? Is that how you open Sen's Fortress? No. You can parry Havel. This is true, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
How do I parry? Oh, he's all ready. Yeah, he's ready to go.
Oh wow, he's like extra aggroed. Maybe he doesn't reset when you rest?
Did I rest? I don't know.
Oh, maybe you didn't.
Maybe I didn't rest.
No, there's enemies there, right?
That's a good point. I guess he's just like super moody now that I
Spider.
beat him up.
Spider. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's such a... You have to go all the way to that guy? Okay, sweet.
Oh, God.
Oh, nice. Sweet! This sword's amazing. Go fuck up Havel. This will be easy.
I only did that good because I was like pressed up against him on stairs where he couldn't hit me.
Havel, you could dumpster Havel with that sword. I'm sure of it.
Okay. I do kind of forget where he is.
Oh, me too. I have no idea how to get around this game.
Okay. But it's okay because I kill everything in one hit with this sword.
Yeah. I would say you're in pretty good shape. So anyway, I'll just say one more thing on Brujas and how statistically superior they are. You can get enough potence that you can automatically kill like a standard thing, right? Because if you have enough potence, it's kind of like sort of guaranteed because you can get up to 5. So that's like, everything has max 6 hit points. But then you're going to roll a bunch of dice, so you're probably going to roll something that'll deal at least 1 damage, maybe. And then you can get celerity to guarantee extra actions. So you just like enter a room like fucking like Neo, spend a blood point to get extra actions, and then every extra action you get with celerity, you also get movement. You get an action and the movement for that turn again. So you get 3 times your normal movement, and you can just dash around the room just like murdering everybody like a fucking like, crazy vampire blood god. And then you win. And so there's multiple different ways of persuading people and doing subterfuge in the Vampires the Masquerade system. There's not like a bunch of different combat classes. So Bruja kind of just is allowed, because of how the game is sort of balanced, to just be a god of combat. And I think that's kind of... Oh, kick him.
How do I...
Right trigger.
Whoops. Well done.
Oh, is this where the guy with the sack on his head is? Wow, that was like you killed him with a shockwave.
Like a true anime character. I
wonder if
am Husbando.
I wonder if that sword blows up barrels. This is a Drake sword. Does it do like some fire damage? Be cool.
I don't know what kind of damage it does.
Don't Gangrel also get celerity? Yeah, and so do Torador, which is why Torador are both sexy and have super speed. High quality class. You could get a gazillion attacks as like a Torador, and then just zip around the room like stabbing people. Potence obviously is also quite strong, so the combination of both is what makes Bruja really good. I don't think Gangrel gets celerity. Gangrel will get potence, and then like Toradors get celerity.
Alright, so we're moving backwards. See if we can figure out.
He was in a tower, right?
Oh god damn it. Alright.
Hey, you got a free humanity.
What did it cost?
A waist cloth.
Yum. Waste.
I used to run Torador when I played. Is that so you could seduce people, or so you could be John Wick? Be honest. Did you make your DM describe you stooping mortals? It's a safe space. You can talk about it, but please don't. Yeah, I found it quite interesting. My friend ran I ran it for a game store. I ran old Vampires the Masquerade because I could not stomach the new garbage. My friend ran Medieval, and I was quite broken because I was a knight, and so I never took my armor off, and so I had the light sensitivity even from the moon, and because I was in armor, I was like, oh, I'm shaded from the sun, right? And he's like, yeah. It's like, so I just never took my armor off. Hey.
We got it, boys. Hey. Oh, come on.
Because like when you come from Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of the combat powers in Vampires the Masquerade, even though the system is not like explicitly like centered around those things, that it does come off as extremely exciting to be able to just get like 5 movement actions per turn. And then you're a vampire, right? So if you're killing people, you can then drink the people. So then you can just get that 1 point you spent back. Like, you can get a bunch of points from drinking blood from a person.
Let me see if I can remember who this guy is.
Somebody's running to sleep.
Oh. You sound so sad when you run in your sleep. Oh, he doesn't want to exercise.
He doesn't want to exercise in real life, but what hit you, by the way? Just random?
Just like arrows and people. And you know how it is when you want to like run past everything, but the game is like, no. It's also like 1:30 a.m. so.
I went the charm people route, usually running hot mopey artist type. Didn't get to play very much. Most of the people I played with were running combat builds. I was the only one who really wanted RP. I think it's good to have a mix of personalities. It's good to have like at least one power gamer. Like because the game itself, like all pen and paper games, are some mix of combat and strategy and like social sort of interaction. It's always good to have a mixed group of people because even if you don't really enjoy RPing yourself, it still helps the whole story as a whole function to have someone take those roles. And it's also even important if you like only role-playing, it's important to have someone who wants to fight all the time because even if you don't really get combat, you can tell when something is very difficult if you play the game enough that you are, and you're not just like some piece of shit who can't understand anything that's going on outside of what you want to do. You can understand like the social impact. Typically, even if you're a power gamer, you get like the lore and stuff. Assuming you're not just like a shitty player who's a nightmare, you understand when things are harder to kill and whatever, even if you don't understand how to make a character that can do those things. So when other people are doing the thing that they're pumped about, it like kind of, if you balance everything right, you can... Oh shit, you lived! Oh, that's not easy to do. Live through a hit from Hobble?
Oh, come on. He was facing an entirely other direction.
You lived through a hit, though.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know how much damage he did. I just assumed you get one-shotted from that guy.
Yeah. Guess that's what happens when you keep all your armor for this long.
Yeah. You had 2 humanity, too. I wonder if that made a difference.
I don't know. Alright. I think maybe I'll fight this guy next time, because I don't really want to run all the way back there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big issue with Dark Souls.
Well, it's also late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's late. It's very late.
So, damage, a lot. Correct. Yeah, so
I didn't do that much damage to him, even with the sword, though.
Yeah. So we'll probably do... we'll probably do this again next time.
Yeah.
At some point, it would be cool to play Vampires Masquerade Bloodlines, if you guys would be interested in watching that.
Hell yeah, man.
We could also do more Fallout, I suppose. That's always an option.
Yeah, vote.
Oh, yeah. Well, so we'll do this for a bit. I'll make a poll, maybe, for like what to do after this. Vampires Masquerade Bloodlines, finish the Fallout main story, or just those 2, I think. I can't think of another game.
Sure. I guess we have Ender Lilies and,
Oh, that's true. I want to see more of that game, actually. I really enjoyed watching you play it. I know you get frustrated, but it is a beautiful game.
Nah, it is very beautiful.
And as a spectator, the red doesn't bother me.
Yes.
Thanks for the stream, and congrats on fulfilling the Horizon Quest campaign. Thank you. And I hope
Yes,
you
thank you
guys
very much.
enjoy your books. I worked very hard on writing both of them.
I worked hard on drawing.
Yeah, you did. And you had to do it twice.
I did.
It came out fucking fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm super proud to have my writing behind your art.
Yeah. I'm extra nervous about this
Oh.
Reaper now.
That's true. You
What?
can approach Hovel from the other direction, heading down the Darkroot Garden. Heading down from the Darkroot Garden. That's from the blacksmith. If you get past the demon guy,
Oh.
through the garden is where that ends up, that tower. But I don't know how to get there, honestly. I don't know the routes and stuff. But I do know that connects. After you get to Hovel, you get to the garden. So they must connect somewhere. I just don't know.
Okay.
All those areas I did not play through that much, so I don't really know. I really enjoyed Horizon Quest. We'd love to see another issue. Oh, thank you so much. I would love to write another issue. I do love me some fantasy. I would be super interested in watching Vampires Masquerade Bloodlines. I would be super interested in playing it. I hope that one day it gets a sequel that's actually good. I know it's so easy to just like have a game be trash. There's like in playing like the based mod for Fallout 4, I'm like reading the update stuff, and like he's listing all the stuff that he's changing, and a lot of the dialogue he's changing didn't really strike me when I first played it, but like it is like one of the characters is depicted as being a bad guy because he doesn't like newcomers on this pier. So the whole island is covered in fog that's radioactive.
Sure.
And he's like, I don't trust the children of Adam, and because he's a bigot, right? But when they showed up, they spread the fog. The fog started spreading when they showed up, and it's radioactive fog. They worship radiation. There's a very obvious connection,
Right.
and he's like, he thinks that they're evil, right? But he's a bigot, and he's like, I want to make the peer great again, is like one of his dialogue lines. And so he's like obviously supposed to be like a Trump analog. And so they took out those lines and they just made everything normal, like how the thing is, everything is just like kind of like baseline. It's interesting to see, like, see things like that get like adjusted. And so when you have a big game like Bloodlines, I could totally imagine a couple of staff writers just being like woketards and like putting in a lot of stuff like that. Like even Vault 81, they have this anti-immigration stance where like they're like, oh, some people are like, bigots. They don't want immigrants into the vault, and it's like outside the vault is like super mutants with like people like chopped up in sacks of meat.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, oh man, those bigots. And there's like raiders everywhere. It's a scary wasteland. It makes a lot of sense. And so they changed the writing to just be like, oh, we need supplies. It's dangerous. We're concerned about like the outside because it's so dangerous out there. But even though, because we're soft vault dwellers and we're not experienced in the wasteland, we're like soft, and that's why we're worried. Not like this weird, they don't like outsiders thing. It's like yeah. So I could see a game like Bloodlines 2, being super cucky, especially given that the modern White Wolf company, which has rebranded themselves, just called themselves Vampire the Masquerade for some reason instead of the company name. Like they changed their whole company name to one of their IPs. It's like imagine if Marvel and DC just named themselves Superman and Batman comics. like their main IP is just like the only thing they literally don't care about Mummy or any other IPs. Yeah, I'd love to see a sequel that was actually good, but I think the politics of like the culture would have to shift for that to happen.
You think they had to change their name from White Wolf because there was too much white in there?
That's actually not a ridiculous like.
She's like,
guess.
oh no, I don't want people to think we're Nazis. Better change it from White Wolf. What else we got? Just use one of the video game names.
Well, it's like the rule book for Vampires the Masquerade is like, that's one of their systems.
Right.
It's as if like Dungeons and Dragons had a different system. No other company has this, so it's kind of a hard comparison to make. But it's like, it's a hard comparison to make because it's Dungeons and Dragons, the monster manual maybe, but not really. It's not. They're not two separate systems. But anyway, happy story because I've probably talked about too much bummer stuff. We had a tree taken down recently, and while the tree was getting taken down, I was working out with my cousin inside so we don't get crushed by falling debris. And it was a huge, huge, huge tree. And I saw the neighbor's kid. The neighbor is a young kid, and he's sitting on the lawn with his grandpa. Perfectly manicured lawn, by the way, because I think they own a landscaping company or something. It's like perfect, And grandpa's like laying on his side, and the kid's like snuggled up with grandpa, watching the big machinery cut off the top and then pull the top off and tie it up and bring it down. He's like entranced by watching the construction trucks do their thing, and I was like, oh, that's adorable. And I pointed out to my cousin. My cousin's like transfixed, like he's like big smile on his face, and he goes like, oh, I bet that's gonna be one of his like first memories, He without the verbal tick of saying like, he just said, I bet that's gonna be one of his first memories, and it was like, it's just a really pleasant thought. And also my cousin was saying like last time I talked to him before that, he was like, oh, I don't want kids, like whatever. I think he's just worried about like money and life and stuff, and like he's single, and so it seems hard, so it's easier just to say not gonna do it. But he's looking at the kid with a big smile, and so I bet he's gonna have like fucking a bunch of kids. I think he's gonna have a happy life. He's got to get a couple like things in his life like ironed out, but I think he's gonna be okay. And it was just like seeing him all happy over just a happy kid. I think it spells good things for his future. So
what a nice story.
I love the follow through quest where if you convince Tenpenny Tower to let the ghouls in, they kill all the residents of the tower, proving the point that keeping them out was the right move. Yeah. And there's no dialogue to explain that. They just start doing it, and and that.
There's basically no good option for that quest.
Well, kill all the ghouls. I mean, they were gonna murder everybody in the first place. You should kill them all. I want a non-woke Vampires Masquerade 2. Me too. So bad. Oh, it's just after you enter the garden. You take a turn, head down a winding pathway. The Hydra is down at the bottom of the Crystal Dudes. Oh, Havel is in the tower by the right-hand side. Master Key. We do have Master Key, yeah. So next time we'll do that.
Okay.
They also could think that wolves are related to alpha mentality or mindset. Yeah. Probably.
Alpha whites.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for
hanging out.
for watching, for hanging out. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
We'll,
And
we'll have another stream with more Dark Souls.
yeah, and sometime soon we'll have Horizon, or not a Burning Star fidgets on the website at some point. I think.
Yeah,
And,
once we work out the kinks.
Yeah, and also thanks for backing if you backed, and yeah. Oh, thanks guys. Glad you liked the stream. And,
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.